Take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night. Erase all of these broken dreams and flight. And we'll fly.
Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Infinity Walk, and joining me tonight for day 8 of the Southeast Asian Pro League is Apples.
Good evening, everyone. Hopefully everybody's having a good night and super excited to see what we have in store tonight.
Indeed, we have 2 excellent matches on offer right now. We're going to have first up Impetus Gaming going up against Scrypt Esports. Then it will be followed up by the 2 teams promoted. Alright, 2 of the 3 teams promoted from Challenger League. Generic Esports going up against YesTag. Both are very interesting matchups. Impetus also came up from the Challenger League, and so tonight the only really Season 8 Pro League team we are seeing is actually Impetus as well, but Impetus did drop down. So first match, what do you think is going to happen? What are the storylines here, Rachel?
I'm definitely seeing a lean towards Scrypt being the dominant team tonight, just purely because of their run so far in comparison to Impetus. Obviously, Impetus haven't had the best season so far because, you know, they've had 2 games against the 2 strongest teams in this league, and that was Aerowolf and Xavier. So that wouldn't have been easy for them to come up against straight away. But they did beat Void in one of their games. Mm-hmm. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah,
so,
2-0 that was.
Anything can happen tonight. You know, I haven't actually seen much from these teams, being a sort of an ANZ focused person. But I'm very excited to, you know, witness how these guys do play tonight and see their sort of play style and get a grasp on how well they go.
Indeed. So, tonight, the first game, as you said, MBT Impetus, these guys have been struggling as of late, but very recently they made a roster change. So, Arctic Moose was moved to substitute position, and in came Jap Best Guy 1. And he seems to have really revitalized the team. Impetus with Moose, unfortunately, they were kind of making the weird mistakes with just having poor communication, making extremely basic mistakes that sometimes even you don't see in ranked, like diamond level ranked. So that was quite odd, and I think Impetus realized they needed a change. And since Jap Best Guy has come in, he has absolutely changed the face of the team, and they're looking a lot more like a cohesive unit once more. They looked pretty good in Season 7, but then they kind of fell off in Season 8, got relegated, came back up only on a technicality after finishing in 4th place in the Challenger League. So they really have to count their lucky stars that Clickbait Tactics disbanded and they had Dreamers disband. Dreamers being the 2nd place Challenger League team that was originally scheduled to be promoted alongside Intelligent YesTag. So a moment of serendipity for them, but worked out well, and they are looking like they're going to cement their spot in the Pro League for this season. If you look at the league table right now, Impetus Gaming are on 6 points. Generic and Void are the only 2, Generic and YesTag are the only 2 teams lower than them. Both of them have 0 points. So tonight in the second matchup, either one of them is either probably going to collect 6 points, or both are going to collect at least a point, probably. I have to guess, because they seem to be on an equal level.
Yeah, definitely. So that is a game that I am looking forward to because, you know, they both haven't had the best start to Season 9, and just keen to see, you know, who actually steps up their game a lot in that second matchup and, you know, picks up it, takes away the wins. So it's going to be a good night, especially this first game with Scrypt versus Impetus. So I'm excited to see how it does go. Impetus do look like they're on the right track, picking up Jasper Sky. So, even just the most simplest change or, a major change to a core lineup like that can do the world of good. And we see that as well with Ferox bringing in Revek. He's also shaken up the team a lot. So, just those single team changes can always do the world of good.
Yeah, the upper half of the Southeast Asian Pro League is really heating up. If you look at the table right now, Xavier and Airwolf played yesterday, so they are on 24 and 21 respectively. Tonight, if Scrypt wins this 2-0, they will go up from 13 points to 19 points. They'll still remain third, whatever happens tonight. But going to 19 points means that they'll be within 2 points of Airwolf. That is striking distance. So close. They can almost taste that land spot. Of course, after tonight, we'll be taking a break. So, and the meta will change after that with the introduction of Nomad and Kaid. So a lot of the season still left to play, but Scrypt will be feeling very positive if they can get 6 points tonight and then finish so close to Airwolf. And Airwolf obviously losing that one match, going 7-0-1, losing that one match to Ferox Esports. Very exciting times in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, and especially with, like you said, that meta change that's going to be happening when Kaid and Nomad do get released. If Scrypt can sort of pick up their game and, implement them into their lineups quicker than the rest of them, they have a really good chance of actually taking Airwolf out of second place.
Yeah, but Airwolf, of course, if yesterday's game was anything of an inkling, Array being moved to substitute and Spirited coming in, that might change things quite a bit, because we saw yesterday Spirited got those 2 very important clutches with the smoke, and he played the smoke more traditionally, as you noted, using the canisters at the end and trying to keep himself alive until the canisters are expended. On the other hand, when you have the other players of Airwolf playing smoke, you had, I think, Luna Miller trying smoke, Mentalist tried smoke. I can't remember if Hysterics and Luna Miller tried smoke, but all of them, when they played smoke, they were getting picked off early and what have you not. So maybe this change, Spirited in, could really help Airwolf try to rein in that aggression that they have.
Yeah, definitely. Spirited seems like, the more passive-aggressive player, so he knows when it's okay to get aggressive, but he also knows that if he's playing such a vital operator like somebody like Smoke, who can deny those plants, that he needs to sort of sit back and play passive, which is really something that Airwolf has needed, because we all know that their players are all super aggressive.
Yeah, and the thing is, usually they can back that up, but sometimes stuff just doesn't go in your favor. So anyways, Impetus versus Scrypt is going to be our first map, and the ban phase has actually already happened while we were talking. So the 4 operators, you're going to see them banned here. There's going to be Glass, Monty, Maestro, and Mira. What do you think of these bans? I really like these bans, to be honest. Yeah,
I feel like they're very meta bans. Every round you're going to either see, an Echo, a Maestro, a Mira. Glass is been banned a lot lately because people have really picked up his full potential and they know how strong of an operator they are, especially when, the diffuser has gone down or he needs to get into those angles where, you're covering through smoke, he can see you, but you can't see him. So I feel like it's a really good ban, and obviously Monty, he can be overpowered in any position that he's in. So I definitely think there's some strong bans coming out from the teams tonight.
Yeah, indeed. So, very interesting who banned what. MBT Impetus obviously banned first, and they chose to ban Glass. And they know that Scrypt Esports likes to play the Glass fairly often. They have many different players, namely Sunan and Speakeasy being the chief fraggers. But we saw in the previous game against, I think it was Team Dad 1, it was kicked on the second map that really came out with the the scoreboard topping performance, and usually you don't kind of expect that from him. He's kind of more reserved. that kind of support player, but when needed to, he can do it well as well. So Glass Band, very smart, and then the Maestro Band, they want to deny that information game. They still have the Bailiff on the Alibi here, as you can see.
Yeah, and I really feel like this is quite a strong lineup from the defense right now, especially with the use of Legion and Smoke. As I said last night, Legion is probably one of my favorite defense operators, purely because he has so much potential to slow down plays. You know, he can affect their health, he can drop a lot of health, especially if they step on quite a few goo mines, and most importantly, he does have the ability to give out a whole lot of intel of where the attackers are pushing from.
Yeah, Japan best guy, talking about aggressive smokes, that is the terrible choice, terrible way to play that aggressive smoke. You can be aggressive with the smoke, but that is not the play, and it's going to be a very easy frag for Speakeasy. He's playing on the Ash, he's a fantastic fragger, and why not? Ash has been seeing quite a bit of a resurgence in Season 9, for reasons we can't really make sense of, because nothing has really been changed to her kit. In fact, she got a nerf, but she has come back into her own now. Kicked is going to get a frag grenade kill onto Pogga. So that's a smoke and the alibi off. Roam game pretty much eliminated, as well as the very important late game player Smoke gone.
Yeah, so it's just very, very unlucky for Impetus at the moment that they did lose. You know, Smoke, who is really vital towards the end, especially for slowing down that play. So now they're really going to be heavily reliant on Echo staying alive and being able to deny these plants. But we will see another 2 players fall, but there is a nice little trade onto Ash there as well. But taking it down to a 4v2. Sims with a nice little headshot onto Sinan there.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
2v2, the Asian friend and SMZ, these two guys, probably the best fraggers on Impetus' side, and they are really showing how good they are. Now there's a yokai drone upstairs, so he's gonna get the information that no one is there anywhere near sight and gonna get an easy rotate back in. Now goo mine tripping is going to give Corvo's position away. Kicked is upstairs, still trying to get an angle, and the plant is going to go down. The Asian friend has lost his second yokai drone, and this plant is going to go off unless he can rush over quickly. He can't because Kicked is holding the angle, but somehow he still manages to land the shot, and now Kicked, he can still win this, holding this from the second floor. Yokai Blast is going to disorient him as he jumps out, and now he needs to stop this defuse from going down. That is too easy. SMZ not checking the corner, covered from the Asian friend not there, and now it's just a game of cat and mouse. Who can bait who? Kicked is the one being baited here. He's gonna wait it out, and the Asian friend, he is running out of time. Kicked knows this. He's just gonna have his fun, and that is it. There's no way MBT Impetus can win this round. First round going in favor of the Indonesian Scrypt.
Yeah, and it was just super unlucky that, you know, they both lost the smoke straight away from a super aggressive play, which probably wasn't the best decision from him, and also losing that Echo drone as well. You know, there was no chance of him actually denying that plant, and without the flank around the top to try and clear out that buck, it was just way too easy for them to get that diffuser down and get the win.
Yeah, I mean, they could have won it, right? That initial white peak to take down SMZ shouldn't have happened. The Asian friend's coverage was wrong, and in fact I would have assumed SMZ to be one holding that angle, given that he has a higher damage assault rifle on defense rather than the ACOG of the silenced MP5 SD.
Yeah, that's something that we probably will see them pick up on and try and fix this round, hopefully, but I'm hoping to see. They obviously haven't brought a smoke this time, which, you know, I'm not really fond of, because I know that Smoke is a really good operator, but it just means that he might be able to get, he might be able to get a little bit more aggressive now without sort of, you know, getting rid of the defense's denial straight away.
Yeah, although still he's probably going to be running the same weapon setup that is going to be the shotgun and the SMG-11. So the way he's going to approach the fight isn't really going to be that much different, and the fact that you're not really bringing that kind of plant denial utility, there is still a C4, but it doesn't really make a difference because well, the only difference right now is the information game will be more limited, but the problem was for them, they didn't lose that second floor due to a lack of information game, or being unable to deny the information game from Scrypt. They just lost it because they were playing that very poorly.
Yeah, and I feel like Scrypt definitely do have some really nice operator choices at the moment. You know, I love it when I see an IQ being pulled out, especially when they know that the defense is taking, you know, an echo approach to things, and she's also useful to taking out those goo mines as well. So I do really think IQ is a super valuable player, and you know, it seems so far that Scrypt are sort of adapting to the choices of MBT really nicely.
Yeah, hopefully it works out for MBT Impetus. It'll be good to see a close game, and it will be very nice to see Impetus really making their mark once again after their admittedly terrible Season 8. So Yokai Drone still going to be in the same position as it was in the previous round, trying to get as much information on the upstairs push. And that's a bit weird because they have the information just now, and they were still playing it very, very aggressively. This time it is going to be a little bit of a different defense, but the result is still the same. Speakeasy gets taken. Speakeasy takes down Japan best guy. Sunan is going to send out one of the logic bombs, but they're wasting quite a bit of time right now. It's still almost... Oh, there we go. Poga takes down Kick. SMZ gets traded out. Cuervo takes him down. Poga finally goes down. So that time that was being wasted, down 2 minutes now, doesn't really matter because they have an excellent 4 versus 2 man advantage.
Yeah, and they've still got 55 seconds left, so that does give them a lot of time to get down. But that Asian friend will take down Ovo. Civil taking down Cuervo and Sunan, and eventually getting a trade back onto Civil just then. That was an awesome play from the defense team just then. Ash is looking really low on health as well, so we can't write a MBT off at this second because they do only have 30 seconds left to push down and try and get this diffuser down. Yeah,
indeed. But they are going to be pushing one member at the very least from the kitchen entrance. The second one is going to be joining him as well. That's not... Oh, they have spotted out the Yokai Drone. Not sure how that happened. And now the Asian friend is going to make a wide peek. He's going to get one. Speakeasy goes down. And the second! That's a clutch from the Asian friend. Sunan gets headshotted from across. Doesn't matter if it's silenced. Doesn't matter if it's low damage. If you hit your shots, you're going to win the round. And that is what the Asian friend does.
Yeah, that was an absolutely amazing play by that Asian friend there. Nice little clutch for him at the end. And, you know, they were looking quite grim at the start, but they were able to turn that round around quite dramatically. And that was pretty much thanks to that Asian friend just then, which I think he managed to get a 3K. So,
yeah,
what a good play by him.
Yeah, that played out almost identical to the first round, except this time it was Impetus coming out, and that kind of puts a bit of a question on Scrypt's side. Why are they losing that man advantage? That they're getting the man advantage upstairs. Whoa, look at that, 6 kills, 3 on each round. That's fantastic. So yes, Scrypt are getting that man advantage upstairs so effortlessly. They barely take damage. They only lost one player in that previous round. In the first round, I don't think they even lost anybody. And then it comes down to 2v2 when they kind of forget to hold the angles that they've created through the floor by the buck. That's kind of what seems to be happening. And then it's a 2v2. First round it went in their favor because the coverage was a bit poor from Impetus. Second round, poor play from Civil, I guess. Not watching that upstairs or contesting it unnecessarily, but they clutched it out nonetheless.
Definitely, and you know, it was very sad to see them. You know, they were down to a 4v2. They still had a minute left on the board, but somehow managed to throw that round significantly. And you know, that Asian friend just sitting there and fragging out so well with Echo. He's obviously getting a lot of intel with his placements of Echo drones as well, which is helping the team out significantly.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see how this whole works out for MBT Impetus now. There's a Legion in play, and as you said, Legion is a great operator for the goo mines, especially if you can chain them up. But to chain them up, you need to stay alive, and that is a very badly placed goo mine. Threw it just a little too far left. Don't think it's going to collect anyone, and he can't go and retrieve it. Now he's getting Jackal pinged, and droning him will be the team as well. Oh, there we go. What a shot. Sunan goes down, peeks it really wide. That's a poor peek from the attacker. And unfortunately, the Jackal is going to go down. The pinks are going to stop. But the communication should have happened. They should know that the Legion is right there. Now the Legion's going to get aggressive, but Quilla pushes in right where his teammate died. But Japan, best guy, is going to take down Speakeasy. The Ash peeking out from outside of Aquarium. So net advantage still in favor of Impetus, but no more. Pogga goes down as well. And both Japan, best guy, and the Asian friend have been lit up pretty hard.
Yeah, so taking it down to a 3v3, there's been some nice little trade backs from the frags here. So, you know, they've still got a minute, they've still got Echo up, so yeah, there's very big potential for a plant denial to happen, especially if these frags don't go down. But at the moment, Scrypt are looking quite strong.
Indeed. So let's see what happens right now. The problem with Scrypt is, even with the man advantage, as I said, they keep on losing the time. They don't utilize that time effectively, and they lose the man advantage. They panic, and stuff like the previous round happens. But Quirrell right now, he's gotten all 3 kills for his side so far. Japan best guy gets cleaned up as well, and Quirrell wants this onto the Asian friend. He checks his corner as well, and is not sure if there's anyone in cool vibes. SMZ and the Asian friend are both together in the same bomb site. Quavo is going to take down one more. That's a 4K. Can he get the ace? No, he can't. SMZ is going to deny him. But the plant is going down in the other bomb site. Unfortunate peek, and he had to defuse it. Evo, what are you doing? It's 10 seconds left. Now SMZ is on a sliver of health. Let us see whether Kit can fake this out properly. If he plays it well, he's going to get the clutch. SMZ. Wow, what is happening with Scrypt Esports?
I have no idea in that bait. I thought, you know, with SMZ being so low on health, all he had to do was put the smallest little bullet even in his stomach and he would have died just then. Oh my goodness, that was a good clutch Scrypt. I honestly have no words right now. I don't know what is happening.
Well, Scrypt has the potential. They have obviously a pretty good side. They are well balanced, I have to say, and unfortunately they aren't playing up to their expectations, peeking it wide and then just wasting time away for no good reason. And Kit had the time to fake it out. He knew that the Jaeger had to push him. If he really wanted to stick the plant, maybe go someplace a bit further into the bomb site where you have to force SMZ to peek a little bit wider so you can maybe get the kill onto him. But he did not play that right at all. He just had to get one bullet on any part of that Jaeger's body. But Impetus,
I also do feel like he did duck into that headshot a little bit as well. So, you know, it was just I feel like it was a really lucky shot from SMG to be able to get that headshot. But, you know, it is what it is. It happens, and it was an amazing clutch out from SMZ just then.
Yeah, 2 clutches in a row, both in 1v2 scenarios. And unfortunately, Quervo's 4K is just going to go to waste.
Attackers recovered the bomb. Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb.
Next round now, Japan best guy on the smoke this time, and we're gonna have a mute as well. Unsure if Pogga is playing the MP5K or the shotgun SMG11 combo. They don't need the shotgun SMG11 combo because they already have that destruction capability with smoke. So ideally he should have brought the MP5K. It's just a better weapon to control, and the P226 pistol is a force to be reckoned with. People underrate it. It doesn't have that same reputation like the 5.7 does, the PMM or the GSH, or even the SAT pistol, the Japanese pistol. But it's a great gun, and unfortunately, I see it criminally undervalued. Kit now, he's going to try to get Fragrant kill, but oh, terrible, terrible peek. SMZ is just lying in wait, prone on the floor with a peek hole, and that is going to be the buck taken off the board, and that's a big, big kill, especially when you're trying to get the vertical pressure down.
Yes, it's going to be really hard for Scrypt right now to get that vertical control, and I'm loving the fact that Smoke has not got aggressive this round so far and has kept himself alive this long. It's definitely a big improvement from the MBT side, so hopefully he will last right until the end, because he will be very critical, especially if the Echo drones do get spotted out by that IQ.
Indeed. Now Speakeasy has a lot of his drones seemingly muted. The Yokai is gonna get spotted, but Evil can't do anything about it. He's all the way at the service entrance now. He's gonna leap in, he's gonna alert that Legion to his presence. Civil needs to win this gunfight. He was doing pretty well in the previous round, or rather the last round, to bring it back from a 4v2 to a 2v2. Let us see whether he's gonna expect this push. It's gonna be alt walking. There is a goo mine, however. He needs to be careful. SMZ, meanwhile, he's going to take down Speakeasy, and that Ash player, the Ash main, he's not having a good day so far. Quova's gotten the wall open, but he gets drunk, and Civil is getting very, very nervous. He's going to peek into Evo, and Evo's going to spot out the goo mine. This Legion is absolutely playing with fire. He needs to play this a lot safer if he wants to come out. He's already on very low health. Evo is still going to be searching for the goo mines. He's going to take that one freshly placed down Vision friend. He's going to take down Quova, and Civil somehow wins that. So it's just up to Sunan in a 1v5. He's going to get drunk, and Japan best guy with the SMG-11 is going to clean things up, and flawless round from MBT Impetus. They are looking so strong right now.
They just kept control of that round incredibly. You know, I really thought Legion was definitely going to get picked out, especially because he had a rotation from where he was, but somehow managed to win the gunfight against an IQ that was pretty much full health, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know what's happening on the side of Scrypt right now, but they are going to have to make some big changes if they're going to take out a couple more rounds on this attack side, because MBT look like they're definitely the team to beat at this very time.
Yeah, so right now the best result in this half for Scrypt can be a draw. And actually Coastline, let's have a little bit of talk about Coastline and MBT Impetus Gaming. In Season 7, this was one of the best maps, and it was here in the old format, which was the first to 6, I think, or was it still 5 in Season 7? I think it's still 5. So back then, right, in the first to 5, we had SMZ get 19 kills on that map. So I think
in 5 rounds.
Yeah, the first to 5, not in 5
Wow.
rounds, but I think it was like 5-3 or something like that. Or I can't remember. 6-4 was the overtime win condition at that point. So the longest he could have gone was 11 rounds. And he got 19 kills, so SMZ definitely loves this map, and it seems that Impetus Gaming are kind of discovering their groove on it once more. And that is good to see. And it's good to see for us, because we like seeing the comeback story. It's a great story. But Scrypt are going to be feeling the heat right now. They're going to be like, oh my god, they really have to bring it back right now against us.
Yeah, this will definitely be one of those games like the game versus Aerowolf last week with Ferox. If they do get a map win, it's going to cause an upset because Scrypt are sitting 3rd currently. So, you know, it's definitely going to upset everybody from that point of view, and it'll be absolutely amazing to actually see the underdogs come out and get a win on this map.
Of course, we have been casters cursing teams left, right, and center in the past few days. So now I have a feeling that Scrypt are just gonna come back and demolish these guys. I'm sorry, Impetus.
I'm touching wood that it's not gonna happen, guys. You know, the old
My table
tale.
is wood. I rest my hand on wood,
So is
and
mine.
I still end up cursing the teams. It's just I can't win.
No, but you're not saying touch wood, so it doesn't
Oh
count.
my god, there we go.
There you go. We have broken the curse, and hopefully we will see Impetus keep going the way they're going. And at the moment, if they can keep this up, keep looking this strong, there's a huge possibility that they will take out a win on this map.
Indeed. Now, I like the placement of the yokai drones from the Asian friend. One is always assisting the roamers or just acting like an invisible Valkyrie camera. They don't spot on it, so that means they are confident enough in their communication. And I know that at a pro league level you have to kind of expect that communication, but oftentimes when you're going to the lower end of the spectrum in terms of the skill level, even though it is pro league, sometimes teams don't trust each other. The communication isn't perfect, and they try to use the pings, and just pinging people just gives the yokai drone away, especially since they have an IQ in play. Now, Speakeasy suspects that there's a player there, and there is. Question is he going to lose the fight this time, or is he going to win it? They have flashbangs, but oh no, they're going to turn their backs! SMZ, you gotta peek right now! It's gonna be free, kill at least one, the other one's on the drone, but no, he's playing this so safe, and he's gonna miss out on a possible 2k and a possible situation to turn this into the round. But it's 5v5, 30 seconds just left. SMZ has to make a move right now. He has to peek or something. There he goes. Finally, Japan Best Guy is going to take the first kill, but Civil is going to get traded out after the Asian friend takes on Sunan. But oh, Diffuser gets dropped right there in the lobby after SMZ takes on Cuervo. And Speakeasy can't do anything. This is going to be a fantastic lockout from MBT Impetus. And oh my god, 4-1.
I feel like Impetus are just doing such a good job to waste so much of Scrypt's time at the moment, and they're getting really frantic towards the end and just running in like crazy. And obviously with the positions that MBT are playing to keep them out so heavily, they're just getting easy frags on everybody, and you know, it's proving to be such a strong hold from these guys. They've already taken out 4 out of 5 of the rounds, and you know, we came into this thinking that Scrypt's gonna do a really good job here. It's gonna be really hard for Impetus, but it looks like it's in reverse at the moment, and this is gonna be a really tough game for Scrypt to bring back.
Yeah, really. Scrypt are up against the wall, but it's a bit weird because Southeast Asia doesn't always follow an international trend. So what I'm going to talk right now is going to be international trends. But before that, look at that. The Asian friend with 8, SMZ with 7. That's really working out well for them. So, international trend on Coastline. I believe there was a CGG article about this where they said the best teams on Coastline, Xavier Esports from Southeast Asia and G2 Esports. So that's some good company there. These two teams really have been going to Coastline again and again and just winning it out almost every time. Usually where the place where they get their advantage is on attack. So right now, the team on attack is unfortunately Scrypt, and they are not in the advantage. Decidedly not so. Maybe tonight, maybe the way both these teams are playing this is defender-sided. But we'll have to see. We can't make the prediction just yet. After this round, we're going to have that role swap.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see these role swaps coming out in this next round, to see if we are seeing a very defender-sided map this time round, or if, Impetus are just really strong tonight. And I'm still a bit dumbfounded at the moment because we went through the match history prior to the game, and Scrypt have only lost the one map and drawn once to Dad 1, and
1-1.
It's just incredible to see. And these kills are just going down, getting traded back really nicely, already down to a 4v3 in the favor of Scrypt this round. So with that being said, they did just have 2 flawless rounds. They have lost their Echo, who seemingly is one of their biggest fraggers apart from SMZ right now. So it's going to be an interesting round to see how this one does end up panning out, especially with their frag potential gone, and Twitch with a little bit of a mishap on that camera just then. But they're still playing very slow, very passive, and Civil's getting a little bit antsy behind this table here.
It's funny though, like right now 1 minute 30 seconds in the round, and these guys have a man advantage that's... I can't even... Come on, guys. Like, the moment I decide in my brain, okay, I'm gonna say these guys have a man advantage, and it just vanishes. And, okay. I can't make my point. Cuervo takes down Civil, and he takes down SMZ. Woo! He predicts this really well. Finally, Scrypt answer back, and Cuervo being put on the 3-spit Hibana. He's just gonna shred Impetus Gaming right now. And it was here where Kovo got his 4K earlier on. So this half ends 4-2 in the favor of Impetus Gaming. And what I was gonna say was that Scrypt were wasting a lot of time despite getting the mad advantage, which with enough time to spare. Like, they have a minute left and they have 5v2 or a 4v2, and somehow it becomes a 2v2, even a 1v2 still in their favor, and they lose. But 2-4 roll swap. Now we're gonna have kitchen service entrance being defended first by Scrypt as well, same as Impetus Gaming.
Yeah, and I've found, I don't know how recently it is, but since I've started casting, there's sort of been a meta change with the rooms that are getting held first, and kitchen, service, and also Blue Bar and Sunrise have definitely become two sort of sites that you've seen getting played far more often. And I think that purely comes down to, it's got mad potential for the defenders to hold out the attackers really nicely, especially if they can keep that vertical control and make them feed through downstairs. But it's also so easy for these attackers to get in and roam clear, take control of upstairs, and it just gives them that huge advantage to be able to get in there and defuse. And it's one of those things that the defense have to definitely look for and be careful of. But hopefully we'll see Valkyrie with these cams upstairs getting quite a bit of info and hopefully getting a C4 through the floor.
Indeed. Now, first defense from Scrypt. Let's see what they have on offer. I like the Valkyrie coming out. Smoke is good. There's a lot of strong plant denial here, and you need it on service entrance. So, Finka here is... There's a smoke on the board. It's going to be very dicey. If the smoke stays alive and he's able to detonate while the Finka boost is active, that's going to be a huge problem, because in 4 seconds you'll be dead.
Yeah, it definitely is, and we probably will see right now that Scrypt are going to play this smoke a little bit smarter and not actually get too aggressive with him. Which MBT did eventually learn, but that was after sort of the first round where he just got way too aggressive, and then the second round, Mute also getting aggressive again as the same player and getting taken out quickly. So, hopefully we'll see MBT play Scrypt playing this defense round a little bit more passive. They do have a good potential here to hold them out really nicely, and we are seeing an Echo Drone causing a little bit of havoc upstairs once again.
Yeah, so Twitch being brought out, a bit of a weird pick. I don't see the point. I'd rather bring... the fragging potential is there, but there is no mirror for you to take down. Maybe bring a Thatcher, disable the Yokai, get it easier, but he's gonna get the Yokai anyway. But if it had been invisible, maybe he wouldn't have been able to get it.
Yeah, and he's just gonna... I think Twitch is really playing the job of tormenting people right now, because they do know that the Twitch drone is around, and the first thing that you do see is people going straight for that Twitch drone kill, so they can definitely use it to their advantage, and that shock drone can be played really well if their droning is up to scratch. And Sunan will take down Sylvie. Nice little aggressive play from Jaeger, pushing up that 90 hallway.
And the funny thing is, he was Finka boosted the Thermite, and unfortunately he's gonna lose that gunfight to the Thermite. And there's a crossfire being set up right now. Japan best guy has to be so careful. He can't hit the shots, and Sunan is gonna take down one more. The Finka boost is not helping at all, because they are playing this really, really poorly. Kick is gonna take down Pogger as well. So it's a 2v5. SMZ and the Asian friend, the two members you really want alive right now, are still alive, but not for long. SMZ is gonna get taken down. Whoa, you just looked at him! And he's at least going to down him. Unfortunately, he can't get the finisher. Sunan with the pistol is gonna finish things off, and that is what, 4K or 3K for him?
I'm fairly certain that was a 4K.
4K, yeah. He got the two.
That was a really strong round from him, and that it's sort of proving the point that we are seeing a very, very heavily defended-sided map this time round. So, there's got to be a little bit of a change from MBT coming out right now. I'm still a little bit confused as to why they're running the same operators again. Obviously, it's not working out for them. Maybe a 6-pick from Twitch would be a good thing to see, but no, it looks like she's confirming that one in. So
Buck is going to be swapped off. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's a good 6 pick. Buck isn't really useful, especially since they know that it's definitely going to be an upstairs hold because they won kitchen. So definitely makes a lot of sense.
And the very interesting part right now is these guys, the secondary bomb site is not Penthouse. It is Hookah. And I can kind of theorize why. Traditionally though, I'm going to say first that traditionally Penthouse is the preferred bomb site, or kitchen is, and vice versa is the second preferred bomb site. But here right now, Penthouse has been torn apart by attacks, and people really know the perfect way of approaching that Penthouse attack, and people now are realizing that, okay, we go to Penthouse, we're probably going to lose the defense because it's so tried and tested, and we don't think there's much we can do, at least in this meta, to defend Penthouse consistently enough to justify going to it. So what they do, they go to the previously least preferred, oh my god, that's the LMG. They go to the previously least preferred bomb site of Hookah and try to bring new strategies and try to win things out by surprising teams, and I think it's working. Oh no! Pogga, you're gonna miss the head. Spots it too late, peeks it a little too passively, and Jap best guy, the LMG isn't going to be firing, neither are those asphyxiation or smoke bolts. That is very unfortunate. That's a big kill.
That is a huge loss for MBT so early into the round as well, because, you know, his smoke grenades, his fire arrows, sorry, I'm having a mind blank of what they're called right now. Literally, probably the best thing you can do when you're going for a plant, especially on this side, is to smoke out, and you know, they've lost the ability to do that now, so it's going to be a very hard push for MBT to try, sort of get in there, and they've lost a man so early, it does take a beating on the team's mentality as well.
Yeah, indeed it does, and let's see whether Corvo can use these Valkyrie cameras, and as said in the first defensive round for them, which was just last round in fact, that this Valkyrie pick could be very strong, and he got a fair few kills, I think. I think he got 1 kill last round. He's been getting a fair few kills on attack. This information game is so strong on the defensive side, and right now the attack is simply stalled out. They have no idea what to do. Just zero clue.
What I also don't understand, and they've got two players droning the same spots, which is just a huge waste of time when they can be using that to drone out something else and sort of push players in, but Pogga will get a nice little shot onto kicked there.
Yeah, that was important.
Legion definitely going to cause some havoc as they do get closer to this room as well, so they haven't got long, and to be stuck in goon lines as they do push in closer, it's going to be problematic for these guys.
The Valkyrie camera finally getting taken down. That's a good spot from the IQ, I think it was. And oh, the shotgun. Speakeasy's playing this so aggressively. And whoa, whoa, whoa. Did he just shoot down his... Oh, yokai. Well, either way, the flurry of kills comes out. That Asian friend taking soon on. But Corvo gets 2, and the last SMZ can't do anything. Speakeasy pulls out the SMG-11. And doesn't matter if a yokai drone has been lost, because the round has been won. And it's 4-4.
Yes, the Scrypt definitely taking a really swift take back of this map control right now, and has evened up the score, seeing as they were 3-1 down at a point there. Actually. So 4-1. So we are seeing that this is definitely defend decided at the moment, and you know, MBT really have to shake things up, and they're not really shaking things up at the moment with their operator lineup. So, you know, something's got to change here, whether it be them not wasting as much time on the attack. But we will see Twitch 6-picking off to Thatcher. I think I like that a little bit more, because Twitch wasn't proving to be of any significance whatsoever.
But the Jaeger coming out. Okay, Jaeger is important. There are a lot of projectiles. But I think there was a mute being traded out, and I'm not too sure. I'm in 2 minds about this 6th pick. On one hand, he has a fantastic gun. He is 3 speed, and that projectile utility is important. But on the other hand, when you have so much of information on the info game, if you're able to deny the info game for your opponents, that puts you in an unimaginable advantage. And that's actually really why sometimes you have really lopsided games in ranked, and you don't always realize it, because obviously you're not a pro team, and you're not going to talk with the ranked squad so much like, oh, they had information, we need to bring more information game the next time. There won't be a next time. So you don't really realize that, but right now, that's, I think, in the pro level, it's a huge, huge advantage.
Yeah, and that just comes down to, you know, how he's also going to play Jaeger, if he's going to get aggressive with him. Obviously, having Jaeger's AIs going to be a lot more advantage, give them a lot more advantage than sort of Mutes sitting there playing with a shotgun like he has been in previous rounds. So, you know, at the moment, with how strong Scrypt are on their defense, I really feel like anything is still possible for these guys. And even though it wasn't the best operator choice, it might just work out really nicely for these guys.
Yeah, hopefully it does work out, because they are on the ascendancy right now after being 4-1 down. The Thatcher Grenade is going to take down any possible blue mines that were there. Not sure if Clover placed one there, but either way, it's decent use of the utility. Takes on the ADS too. Oh. Pogga nearly gets his head taken off. Finka boost or not. Now he's not quick enough on the trigger to get the kill on Cuervo. That really should have been man advantage for the attackers. Actually, it's almost going to be man advantage for the defenders. The Asian friend gets down, but Sable managed to dodge that smoke grenade. And that's very good that he did, because the Finka boost comes out immediately afterwards and he needs to get out of there before one more is thrown in.
And I'm seeing Thermite with a reflex sight at the moment, so that's very interesting.
Fragmite.
But you know, he's definitely Fragmite for the win at the moment with the sight on the gun. So you know, it's nice to see that people do change things up. So he might actually be able to get
right below him. Oh
there
goodness!
What?
Kick doesn't see him. Evo's right next to him.
Oh, he got it down.
What? Oh,
Wow.
Kick does get 2, but the plant has gone down in the post-plant scenario. And right now, this guy has no information. Speakeasy gonna take him down, and Cuervo takes on Pogga. That is going to be the first lead, or rather, the second lead for Scrypt Esports, taking the lead again after their first round. That's a bit of a from Speakeasy.
Yeah, I definitely don't understand why IQ got aggressive towards the end there. You know, she obviously would have seen, or I mean heard, that they weren't defusing just yet, so I don't know what the game plan was there, but it was really, really lucky that he was able to actually get that diffuser down, because Echo should have denied that straight away, and Jaeger just jumps straight over the bar and just misses him completely, so interesting.
Okay,
Interesting.
I mean, he walked right into Crossfire, and they're still bringing the finger.
Yeah.
It's not working out for them. Just, you want frags, you have the buck, go sledge or something. I don't know. Oh, the buck is gonna be 6 thick. Nope, never mind.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Well, Finka is a strong operator, but I don't think they are gonna be able to use her to her full effectiveness. And look at that. Cuervo now, he is the star of this matchup. 12 kills and only 6 deaths. Although yesterday I think it was Spirited who was on fire for Airwolf. 9 kills and 1 death at one point, and he went to 11-2, I think, at the end.
Yeah, Spirited was just on fire through that whole map, and you know, incredible performance from him, especially being put up to that sub position, to that core position. So, you know, strong performance from him. At the moment, I'm definitely a little bit confused as to what MBT is showing us right now, but you know,
Attackers are moving out to locate.
I don't even know what to say. We just really need to see them shake things up a little bit in these next few rounds, because Scrypt are making an absolutely amazing comeback at the moment.
Yeah, indeed, they're looking really good for an Evo. Struggling a little bit with his yokai drone, but he's gonna continue to struggle for a bit. Now he gets it. Again, excellent information game. They have the Yokai, they have the Valkyrie, Black Eyes, then they have the Goo Mines as well, which are an added nuisance other than being an info tool. Then they have the Spooks for the plant denial. The Yokai also does plant denial. Jaeger is just there for fragging. Look at that, Corvo's playing the aggressive Legion and it's working out really well for him. You can play the aggressive Legion very well, but you have to be a little bit careful. Right now it's working out for them, so no need to change things. The Capital isn't the one first to fall, but IQ being lost, that means you're not going to be able to spot out those Goo Mines or the Yokai that easily.
Yeah, you're not, especially with the downfall of IQ, just then big loss for MBT. You'd think that sort of, maybe Finker would have got in there and did what IQ just did, but unfortunately lost one of the most, well, I feel the most important players, especially, taking out those Echo drones as well as the Goo Mines and the Vault cams. So they've lost a lot of potential there, and, they've gone from a 4v1 now to a 5v4 in the score, so it's going to be very difficult.
How did he survive that? He ate one while being Finker boosted. Quo was going to take down Japan, best guy. And the coverage is really poor right now because SMZ has to fall off, and that's going to be too easy. Speakeasy makes it look easy. Takes down Civil with a shotgun. Kicked is going to take down Palga, and Quavo patiently waiting. He's going to jump out at the right moment. SMZ goes down. Match point for Scrypt Esports, and it looks like we well and truly cursed Impetus, didn't we?
Yeah, and the touchwood thing definitely did not work because they have just flipped this around from a 4-1 to a 4-6, so I don't know if it's us that cursed them or just the fact that their attack has let them down significantly. They haven't changed up their operator lineup. They've done everything the same way, and they know that, at the moment, Scrypt are playing sort of really aggressively upstairs, but holding downstairs really passively. So I don't know what's happening up there. We're not seeing enough use of drone work. They're obviously droning out the same spots. They have 2 operators on drones at once, and they're just wasting a lot of time, and they're just not effectively clearing and getting control of that top floor.
Yeah, and it's going to be a hookah defense once more from Scrypt. Neither team has looked particularly good at clearing it, but Scrypt had the upper hand, of course. Quavo being the linchpin in both the rounds that they attacked. They lost one because Quavo couldn't get the ace. The other one, Quavo got a 3k and won it out, and then when they went on defense, it was, an almost perfect lockout of this site. So Scrypt really playing to their strengths right now. Impetus Gaming, on the other hand, falling off from the initial lead, the strong advantage that they had. 3 rounds is no joke.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit shocked as to, NBC's still running the same lineup, they're still doing the same things, and they're not really adapting at all to the way... Oh, that was a juicy little name from Jap Best Guy onto Quavo. Quavo being their fragger at the moment as well, so that was a big kill for MBT just then, and well done to Jap Best Guy to be able to take him out. So hopefully that's the shake-up that we needed to see for MBT to sort of give us and come back and take this round.
Yeah, indeed. They will be feeling good about that opening kill, especially since it came from the frag grenade. SMZ on the Twitch again. Well, let's see whether he can do good work with it. And can he see Evo's drone? No, I don't think he can. He's trying to look for it. Has he seen it? Yes, he has! And that is one yokai off the table, so that is pretty good news. So I guess that's worth it, kind of. One drone for one drone.
Yeah, and especially with how strong an Echo drone is, I definitely think losing a shock drone to it is definitely worth the trade of those drones. So
yeah, there's nothing else for the shock drone to do.
At the moment, quite a strong start from MBT, and they're still taking a long time to get in here and try and clear out the rest of these rovers to take control. But they could also shake things up and just go straight in and, try and take out Evo here and get in there, as his Echo drone is not currently in the objective, so he will rotate that back around now. But A lot of time wasted from MBT at the moment trying to get in after that nice little kill. You think they would have played the same way they have been and got a little bit more aggressive.
Oof. That is unfortunate. SMG takes a 25 HP worth of damage. A little bit more now with the goo mine. That was unfortunate shooting. Oh, is he gonna clear it? Oh, can he see? Can he see? I don't think the angle is there perfectly, and Japan best guy knows he is there, but he has to fall off. Anyway, now there is no one pushing from the balcony side. Pogga is on the aquarium side, but it's just 30 seconds left, and this is not looking that good anymore for MBT Impetus Gaming. They have spent a lot of time, but Pogga is going to take down Sunan. Speakeasy answers back onto Civil though, and the diffuser is dropped in a terrible position. Kicked is going to take down Pogga. This is looking like it's all over as the time ticks down. There is a shotgun waiting for whoever wants to try and pick that diffuser up. And whoa, what is that rotation coming out? There's no way he can get back to site on time. And that is going to be pretty much it as long as Scrypt stays alive. Whoa, the Asian friend takes him down. Can he get back onto site? SMZ is taking down Scrypt with a kick with a headshot. And woo, that is so close. The plant is going down right next to him. He can't see it. And the plant successfully goes down the 3-speed IQ, making it work. And right now, Speakeasy needs to clutch this out. He's a full health smoke. There's an IQ facing him. Just the IQ left now. Twitch was low HP, and whoo, if he had peeked this a little bit smarter, he could have gotten that kill, but he's going to get the down on the IQ. What a clutch from Speakeasy. That is it. 7-4 when it looked like Impetus were going to take it away.
Defenders have disabled the bomb diffuser.
Yeah, and that would have been such an easy round for MBT to take just then as well, especially if IQ could have just, got out that onto the balcony door and just held a nice little angle. But they were both in there, and an absolute amazing clutch towards the end there. Definitely well deserved for Scrypt to take this one, especially after their epic comeback.
Indeed, look at that. Corvo with 15, Speakeasy with 12. Thai Asian friend though, he also broke double digits, but on the opposite side, not enough for his team, unfortunately, despite Evo just getting one kill over there. So what do you think of that overall from both teams?
I think we should not bless a team without sort of, bad luck at the start of a game anymore. I think we're done, Infin. I don't think we should be making calls of who's going to win a map from now on, because there's definitely a caster's curse going on right now.
Yeah, the Asian friend is going to just go DM me after this match. Dude, I'm coming to Singapore. I'm going to beat you up.
I'm definitely going to bite my tongue for this next map. I'm pretty sure we're heading over to...
We're heading to Border,
yeah. So that's going to be a good one. Border's one of those really, really tough maps because, a strong team like Scrypt are going to just be able to completely dominate on a map like this. So I'm definitely interested to see how this map is going to go, but I can't believe that last game. Impetus looking so strong with a 4v1 on the score, and then Scrypt just coming back 6 rounds in a row to win that one. Absolutely incredible job by those guys, and they definitely did deserve to put that win after that performance.
Well, let's see what happens right now on the second map. Hopefully Impetus can show us and sustain that good play that they clearly have in their locker. They showed it against Void, or Generic as they are called after the pickup. I keep on... the full name is Generic Void Esports, but no more delay. We're gonna head right into it. It's going to be Border map number 2. What do you think are gonna be the bats?
Definitely think we're gonna see another Glassben. Purely because I think he's a really strong operator for the Sun. He can hold sights down really well, and he's got the advantage of smoke, being able to see through that smoke, and just taking off those defenders that are trying to pick off the diffuser plant going down. So whether we do see him or not is a good one. He is a good 1-2 ban, and I reckon maybe another Monty.
Oh, yeah, there we go. It is a Monty.
Because Monty, again, another really OP operator, especially on this site. You can just push into any door, take really good coverage, bait out those C4s, bait out those smokes, and just get in there and get that diffuser down really quickly.
Yeah, and the Scrypt banning the Monty yet again. Let's see if Impetus are going to ban the glass again. No, it's going to be the Dukabi. What do you think of that?
I actually am quite unsure about that one, because she can be quite easily countered. I guess she does give a huge advantage to the team. You know, being able to get cams and setting out those logic bombs towards the end is always helpful, but not the strongest operator we've seen in Pro League so far. But if you use her right, she obviously can give you a huge advantage. But, you know, an Echo.
Or Mirror?
Either or. Probably
Lesion.
Oh, a Lesion. I feel like that's a target ban for Cuervo.
That could be it. But is Scrypt banning? So.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
And the funny thing was, Impetus banned the Echo, and we had the Asian friend doing really well in the Echo just now.
I have no idea what's happening, but honestly, we're seeing the same lineup coming out. Why are we going Finker again?
Like, okay, if they want to bring the Finker so badly, ban the smoke. Do it. Just, why are you taking the risk? And forget, not that they are even running to the smoke actually, and they're just losing their gunfights despite the Finker charge. The utility being brought out is not good enough. Bring a Zofia maybe. Bring, I don't know, something that has better use. Bring the Twitch that you were bringing so much. The Mirror's unbanned right now.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Yeah, I'm very confused about this Finker being brought out once again. She's not proving herself at the moment as a good operator to bring, so what's going on in the minds of MBT right now, I don't know. But we'll see if this map she can be played a little bit better, I guess.
I'm not sure if Pogba's feeling a little bit off tonight, and he's like, alright, this is my comfort pick, Finker. I have an LMG, I have frags, I have reduced recoil, so I can walk through barbed wire. And so I'm just gonna go with this. I'm not sure if that's his logic right now, or whether it's a strategy, because usually when you have a strategy with a Finker, you pair it with a shield. And one of the shields is banned, the Monty, but the other isn't, so maybe try the shield, perhaps swap out the Ash for the Blitz. Blitz has smokes as well, so that's good utility. And you can't even see the shield drop if it's Finker charge. First kill going to Kick. He is using the ACOG to great effect so far.
Yeah, and he's definitely getting extremely aggressive with him as well. So, you know, going for a huge rotate off that balcony, hopefully hoping to pick off somebody, but Pogba will trade back that death onto Evo there, taking out their Valkyrie. See, I feel like Valkyrie isn't the most important player, like, on a team once she's got her utility out. So, sort of, you know, once she's got her Valk out, she's used her utility, it's okay if she gets fragged out trying to be aggressive, because she can just use her utility from death. So,
you can't find the Valk.
Yeah, and they've lost that IQ as well, so it's definitely going to be a very vital one, and that Valkyrie's obviously in a really good spot.
Really, one tick of the smoke, Finker charge or not, that Finker is dead. And one tick of the goo mine as well is going to down her, and you can't self-revive as the Finker. Only Zofia can do that on attack, and Doc obviously on defense. Corvo is going to take down Japan, best guy. That is more utility being lost. The asphyxiation bolts and the smoke bolts off the table. Finker charge comes out once more. They still haven't got this wall open, and there we go. Sunan gets one, and that's it. Kick finishes it off with a 3K, pushing out aggressively on the Asian friend, and Civil. That is Scrypt coming out so strong.
You definitely think now, after, you know, this was what, the 7th round in a row that they've lost on attack, they'd start to change up their lineup. So if I see if I don't see Finker getting 6th pick right now, I honestly don't know what's going on in the minds of MBT. at this current point in time. Now it's getting confirmed again. She has been proven to be quite useless at the moment. You know,
yeah, he's getting one kill, but can't you get the kill without? Oh my god, the IQ for the Zofia? Why?
Nope. 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 They should.
Come on.
Okay. So just then, the best possible thing that could have happened
Many bombs as they can.
would have been
Finka
getting 6th pick to Zofia.
Yeah.
I do not understand. But they've got Ashe. So is Zofia really a good operator to bring, or should have Ashe 6th pick to the Zofia?
I mean, look, the Finka needs to go either way. Look, whatever's happening, Finka out right now. Just bring Sledge if you want those frag grenades so badly. And right now you have the very, I guess you could say, indirect soft destruction. You have the Zofia charges, the Ashe charges, and then lower down the tier you have the exothermic charge of the thermite. Not sure if Twitch has brought breach charges or not.
Cover their diffuser.
No, she hasn't. And then
And I'm
finally
guessing
you have the frag grenades. So
that 6th pick may have also come from them bringing a castle.
possible.
Because, you know, obviously 3 castles, Ashe only has 2 charges. Sometimes it's more, you know, useful if Ashe opens up a floor, or, you know, Zofia opens up the floor and Ashe opens up the castles. So there's also that, but I still don't understand why Finka is still in play right now.
Finka for, I guess, oh, that's good use of the Twitch drone, so that's good for MBT Impetus. But Finka, oh, Kicked is gonna get the killing again. Started, he's on the Rook this time. Pogga goes down.
Finka's gone down.
Yep. Instant trade. That's good. At least Impetus is getting that down, and that's a Fountain Mirror disabled, I think. So, yeah, you said maybe they brought the Zofia because of the castle barricades. Okay, fair enough. But I think you could just use the Ashe for it instead, really. Or brought a Sledge. Get vertical destruction, especially since you're going to be attacking downstairs. You have no good vertical destruction. It is decent at best right now.
Yeah, and Twitch also does not have any of her shock drones left, so this mirror will be left untouched
North after.
for Sunan to be able to get in there and, you know, sort of cause
Whoa.
havoc. But thy Asian
Oh.
friend will take down Cuervo. That is a nice kill considering he was the top fragger from last game. So, you know, 4v3 looking quite comfortable for MBT right now, but still, the Asian friend again trading off Speakeasy. Sunan getting an instant trade back onto the Asian friend though, and taking down
Whoa.
SMZ as well before being able to successfully rotate back down to side without losing any health. How did that happen? He's a lucky man.
Well, if it actually not rotated, I think he would have even got the kill on the thermite. He was ready for it, and I think his aim got just thrown off by the fact that he was falling. If not, I don't think the thermite was ready for that aggression.
No, and you know, Twitch not being able to trade back just then onto that Asian friend as well, sort of threw it off as, you know, he was pushing into Fountain quite nicely. The Asian friend had distracted him quite a bit. He should have been able to at least trade a kill in. They look like they're both going to push from the same hatch, which is going to be very difficult for them to survive this as well. Here we go. There goes one, and Sunan will rotate back. Didn't know that the second one was there. He was able to get into the room, but with only 3 seconds left, this is another win to Scrypt.
You are out of time.
Whew, that was more of the same, really.
Yeah, but they had that advantage early on. They had player advantage. They could have easily traded that kill onto Sunan upstairs, but they didn't, and that is what cost them that round. And, you know, him not even taking any damage from the operators that were attacking upstairs just then was something incredible, and they're doing it again.
To be fair, let's see if if they can turn things around on defense later on. But the Finca is still... Wow, we sound like a broken record. We should just record ourselves. The Finca is still being played. Why is the Finca being played? We just you know, in OBS, we just set that up. Every time the round starts, we play that. Done.
Yeah, I think we're just broken records at the moment because we're both in shock that they're still bringing out a Finca. Even after, you know, this now takes it to 8 rounds in a row that they've lost with this lineup. Well, they don't always bring a Thatcher, but the rest of them, like, I cannot fathom what's going on right now. Especially things as Pogga didn't have the best game last round on Finca. I don't even think he got that many kills with her. I think he did quite well in his defense, so... very, very confused.
Yeah, indeed. So, Speakeasy's on the mirror, and you often see the very good fraggers with very good aim playing the mirror, because that Vector fires so fast, and if you let it get a little bit out of control, you will miss your shots. But it's a great gun, and I really like it. If you are playing it properly, it can be a laser. So it makes sense that people like Speakeasy will be on it. Yasera has been playing it off late as well. One of the most famous Mira mains was Shate when he was on Penta. Penta now G2 Esports, and Shate now back on Ends. And this is going to be an ill-advised run out from Evo. He did not have that information that he wanted to. The Asian friend plays it patient, and he gets the free kill.
Yeah, and that's... See, once again, Valkyrie going down early match isn't the biggest loss to the defense team, but we will see them getting 2 frags back in trade of that one, and, you know, Pogga here on Finca again, taking quite a bit of damage, so, you know, it's just... I can't just gather in my mind what MBT are trying to achieve right now with this push.
It's a weird push for sure, and the Japan best guy bringing the LMG as well once more. Couldn't do much with it on Coastline, and he can't catch the rotation right now because of his angle. So this is a custom push, and this is okay, but a stronger push perhaps would be from the passport side. But they have lost their thermite, so it's this. Is this or nothing?
I don't know, but they're wasting a lot of time. They are down to a player disadvantage at the moment as well, and you know, it's a matter of will they be able to get in there, get some frags, as Jap Best Guy does take some damage, but is going to go for a nice little diffuser plant in the corner. I don't even think they know that he's in there diffusing right now.
Oh, that's great pre-fire! Oh, Kicked is on fire.
Double kill.
Oh, the way you're looking!
Oh no.
Oh,
okay, in that situation, if it was me and another TK, these guys are cheeky.
Speakeasy is the one. He's a toxic player.
He is very, very cheeky. But if I was Thatcher in that position just then, I would have pushed back a little bit further. That way you could have covered the angle from that main door run out as well as the angle into that window. I know it would take a little bit more time to jump in, but they were going to push him before they went for the defuse anyway. So, you know, it's one of those things where the diffuser went down in a really tricky spot for the attackers to defend. And we're going to say it again, aren't we? Finca, why?
Chat, can we get a Finca why? You know, just
yeah, can we get...
Oh dear, oh dear. And the capital is being swapped out for the IQ.
Okay, I get that IQ is a valuable character to bring, but why do you
hurt me so, Impetus?
To the IQ?
Why do you hurt us so?
I have a feeling right now that Pogga does not know how to, you know, play another attack operator. We haven't seen him play another attack operator this whole night. I know it's harsh, but why isn't he changing things up? It's obviously not working. Somebody should give him this cue that, you know, dude, come on. Give us a little bit more help. Finca is not working for us right now. They can bring operators that have, you know, Jackal, a really good roam Cleara, like roam denial. They could bring, you know, IQ instead of, like, he wouldn't have had to switch to IQ from Capiteo, but they're just not making smart decisions at the moment, and they just keep bringing the same characters, and it's not working. This is now 9 rounds in a row with the same operators, and they're just not really getting anywhere at this current point in time.
Well, we're gonna have to see. I mean, look, Jackal, it could really help them as well. There's so many things that could help them. Blitz could help them, just being the worst operator to play against.
Yeah.
And Jackal could help them. They are slow on the roam clear, so they have smokes as well with the Jackal and the Blitz. So much utility being not picked.
With Blitz,
Yeah.
you don't even have to be good at operating a shield. You just have to get in there and flash them and cause havoc. Because, you know, a team sees Blitz, they go, okay, back up a little bit. We cannot take this guy on close. So it gives you the range on them. They're focusing on the Blitz. It's sort of taking the attention away from everybody. So, you know, I have no idea what is happening right now. And, you know, Twitch obviously was able to get rid of that mirror, which was really nice.
Yep, he couldn't get a second one,
got
but
a really nice angle and picked taking down Jap best guy there.
that was poor. Like,
And
you know they are bringing ACOX consistently on defense. Kicked is playing the ACOX consistently. Are they gonna use another one? Oh, they will, but not to Kick. Pogga is just gonna rush in after getting that kill. LMG on LMG. Oh my goodness, he's gonna get
we're
two.
seeing it. It's happening. It's the change that we wanted to see. Pogga taking down. Did he just
Where's
take down
the
3?
diffuser? No, okay, the diffuser has been picked up finally, and the information is
Sunan, the last one alive.
You
Pogga
can
was
still
taken
crush
down,
this.
but an incredible effort from him. So, you know, there is the place that we were needing to see from him to stop us from questioning why he's bringing them. Now they have a huge advantage with smoke over here, but a shotgun could prove to be really... And SMZ takes down Sunan. MBT winning their first round on this map after 9 consecutive losses as attackers. Wow.
Okay, so that was a 4K, was it, from him? I think it was, yeah.
I think it was a 4K.
SM
Wow, okay, Pogga.
S-
I still don't retract what I was saying, but thank you for finally showing us why Finka has been a good choice.
Chat, I see you mocking Finka like we did. You're gonna be in for a ride.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh my goodness, I feel so dumb.
Oh, but okay, fine. Glass and Finka pairing. Okay, that's not bad. Glass
It's a
being
better
brought out.
pairing.
Yeah, Glass being brought out, that's pretty decent. That.
I love this.
But ooh, Vigil is going to be a little bit of a nuisance. They don't have the IQ, I think.
Attackers need to
Yeah, they
locate
don't.
and defuse as many bombs
Nope.
as they can.
So, okay, let's see how they deal with this Vigil. We have been seeing a little bit of a drop in Vigil's pick rate, especially after the SMG-12 was nerfed. But honestly, the SMG-12 nerf did not really affecting things too much, I think, because Dokkaebi players are still bringing the SMG-12, or you can switch over to the CZ-75, which is a strong weapon as well. So I think it's just, you know, cyclical meta. Right now, people think that they can do more stuff with other operators. We saw that with Ashe. Ashe, I still can't explain why her pick rate really dropped quite a few seasons after Zofia was introduced, and then now it's rising again. Which made sense with the Mira being banned more often. But let's see.
Yeah. Can we just bring out something here that I've picked up?
Right, yep.
Scrypt have taken a loss and they've adjusted themselves accordingly. So we've seen quite a significant change in the operator picks of the Scrypt side for this site. So we've got no mirror at all now, and you know, that's a huge choice for them to make, considering, you know, they know that they're bringing a Twitch each round. These are the kinds of choices that MBT should be bringing, but they haven't been, and you know, they've changed it up to a Glaz. I'm glad to see this Glaz has been brought out, because the Glaz and Finka pairing can be really, really important.
Yeah, indeed it can. And it was a 3K from Polga just now, but still fantastic. He pretty much won the round for them alone. And well, getting back into this is a very nice peek onto the bus from Evo, but he's not going to find anyone just yet. It is quite bright outside. Thankfully, it is not eye-blinding like it used to be when the change happened, like, what was it, Season 5?
Yeah.
Ooh, it used to be terrible back then, just insufferable.
They definitely did do a really good job of fixing some lighting issues, and you know, that's what, as much as people complain, Ubisoft hear those complaints and they act on them, and that's probably why so many people are continuing to play this game, because you know, the company backing it, they're doing such a good job with it.
Oh, this is a strong angle for the glass, and Speakeasy needs to be very careful in peeking it, because these metal bars, if he peeks a little bit wider, they won't protect him as long as best guy can thread the needle. He has taken a little bit of damage, but right now it's looking okay for Impetus. Not bad, but not good either. Oh, they're just gonna make their way in now. The evil eye needs to be taken down, and it will be. And the cover needs to be perfect. Legion friend is the first kill. Speakeasy goes down, and the plant goes down way too easily. The reinforced wall just working against these defenders. Polga takes down Evo before being traded back by Sunan. Now the aggressive push in by Sunan is going to net him one more kill, but Japan best guy is going to trade it off. He's going to get one more. Kick goes down. Cuervo has actually knifed Legion friend, and it's all up to him right now. He's on the flank. They have the information. They hear the Claymore get shot out. The pre-fires coming out are not going to be doing him any favors. And woo! Woohoo! One tap!
Yeah, and it's so good. See, this Glaz, I feel like, was such a good change-up for MBT to be bringing in. You know, he just fragged really nicely with him just then, and it slowed them down a lot, especially with the way that Scrypt do aggressively peak. So definitely a better operator choice for these guys.
Yeah, and looking good for Impetus in the past 2 rounds. Let's see if they can continue this play and tie things up, or is it going to be similar situation to Coastline but reversed, 4-2 at the end of the half?
It might be, but you know, MBT definitely have done something different, and they've come out strong, and hopefully we'll see Pogger again get in there with that Finker rush, and he did that Finker rush so nicely, which I was surprised from seeing that why he hadn't have done that like a couple rounds earlier, because that was an awesome push. He Finker boosted and just got in there and got really aggressive. So you know, definitely a good push from him, and definitely a good use of Glaz in that last round. It's definitely been one of the key elements of these guys actually taking those last 2 rounds.
Yeah, if you remember when Glaz got his banana sight, that was what, mid-season of Season 4, and people immediately realized how broken he would be, and one of the ways he was shown to be broken was on this very bomb site. You open up the west wall, and then you just smoke it off, and you have a glass planted there, and he can see through the smoke and just shred anyone trying to peek on to the planter, for example, or trying to be overly aggressive. And that continued on for a while, and somehow it fell out of favor. Now, hopefully Impetus have realized its power and trying to bring it back, for their sake.
Yeah, and I don't know if is Glaz brought in Southeast Asia quite often if he's not banned.
Decently often enough, at least from Xavier, and at least from Aerowolf. The top teams like to bring him. Scrypt, I would say, are one of those top teams, at least in the top 3. They went to LAN in Season 7, at least, so, yeah, I would say, I would agree that Glass is brought out fairly often enough, or he is banned. So his presence, as they say, which is the pick. Oh, what? Oh no, Pogger droning
that
in
was
the worst.
a nice little pick
Worst
from Evo just then to be able to frag him out though. So unfortunately, does lose Finker, and Thermite has been lit up quite significantly. So you know, a bad start from MBT so far.
Whoa, jeez. They can't see the Valkyrie camera, and Civil nearly loses his life, actually. They can't lose Civil. They lose him, that is the push essentially over. They don't have the glass anymore, so they can't brute force it with the smokes, etc. They have to get this wall open. Now, Japan best guy is going to try frag with zero info on half wall. There is no one there. That's going to be a frag wasted.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Can you
Yeah, it
frag this
definitely
one?
is. So now, hopefully,
No,
they
you
might
can't.
frag. Nope. I thought he might have tried to
Yeah.
frag Mirror out just then, but
Attackers recovered the
unfortunately
bomb diffuser.
didn't get the right side of where she was sitting, and that reinforced hatch is definitely a good one. But he
Oh,
might
he
actually
sees the
be able
foot!
to-
Come
Oh,
on, you
it's
saw...
already popped.
What?
No,
You saw the foot! My
he, though?
man! Yeah, he was just poking out, but he's gonna get a
Oh.
kill nonetheless. That is Evo, the maestro of the board. So LMGs on both sides are gone. But look at the time.
Yeah, 40 seconds. They do still, I'm fairly certain Valk and Mira still have their C4s intact as well, so it's going to be a difficult one for these guys to get an implant, especially with that Mira being open. It will prove to be an advantage, especially if nobody's peeking it, for those defenders to get those C4s out if they do go that way. And Black will get lit up quite a bit, not too much, so he still has quite a bit of health left, and these guys are just going to have to get very aggressive as Civil does take down Speak Easy. He's going to have to get in here and push really hard. The C4 comes out. Cuervo takes down Civil and SMZ. 2v2.
Oh, no.
I
That-
don't know what's going to happen here.
Well,
Oh, wow,
nothing's
that
gonna
was
happen.
super close
Yeah.
towards the end there.
Yeah, but
Um,
I think Sunan was camping the diffuser in CCTV, or Cuervo was.
yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, so there you go. You predicted it. 4v2 at the roll swap. So I'm interested to see how MBT are going to try and defend this one. We did see their defense was really strong in the last map of Coastline. So maybe this isn't all over Red Rover for them just yet, and they might, actually do really well in their defense side right now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens right now. Whether it is just Scrypt being stronger overall than Impetus, or if it is just both teams being a lot better on defense against each other than they are on attack.
Operator lineup is a good one. I feel even Ella, she can be played really well and be a really big advantage, especially with her concussion mines. So, good lineup from them, strong one. Hopefully, Smoke won't get too aggressive, but he's also used to playing. Wait, who is on Smoke right now?
Well, on Smoke, I think it is
Jap best guy.
Oh, it's Jap best guy, right? Okay, so he's the IGL. Hopefully, he plays it. Not.
He should know not to play
Yeah.
aggressive then. Hopefully we'll leave his smoke canisters to the traditional way of the very end and slow down Scrypt. As we do know, they like to push in very aggressively towards the end, especially if they do waste their time like they were doing so well previously.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Indeed. Now, the IQ being brought out from Scrypt Esports, they're clearly recognizing that potential. One of the bandit batteries, I think, has been shot out already. Not sure if he got it down, but
Yeah, he did get it.
But yeah, we're still going to be able to bandit trick it for now. They haven't got the floor underneath him open. Speakeasy, you can see he's on the glass, and Ella's brought the Scorpion, not the shotgun, and that's a better choice right now, I think, with the long hallways. But a very passive defense from MBT right now. Free play C4. No, he's just gonna recover that one. So Jap best guy takes a lot of damage right now, 50 HP off the board, as Speakeasy I think was the one tussling with him. No one on
Surely
attack.
he won't peek it though, again, hopefully.
No one on attack with damage, and from below you can see the holes working well for the attackers. They're gonna take down the mirror window, and this is a very, very traditional mirror window on the left hand side, not like the one Scrypt was playing where the left wall unreinforced, and ooh, C4 is gonna go out. Is he going to get it? No, he's not. surprisingly gets shot out, and next to be shot out is the Asian friend's head.
He took a very, very long time to, once that C4 didn't blow, to rotate out from there. So, interesting to see his hesitation a little bit just then to try and fling around and get that frag. But my instant reaction would have been get to safety. Yeah. So, you know, he still had that player up, but Evo getting a nice little frag out on Jap Best Guy. They're taking it down to a 3v5 already. But Sylvie will answer back with a kill onto Sunan, and Sylvie also taking out Speak Easy. Nice little 2k bite will get traded back by Cuervo.
Oh.
Diffuser going down, but Cuervo, nice little crouch spam to take down Pogga 1v3, and Kicked will finish that round off onto SMZ, and Scrypt will take out their first attacking round. I'm a little bit surprised there. I thought MBT might sort of, you know, show us the strength that they had on defense like they did last round, last map on Coastline. But in saying that, that was just their round of getting used to how Scrypt is going to push them, and hopefully they'll adjust accordingly right now.
Yeah, let's see what happens right now. Hopefully that they are able to figure out their defense. They're bringing the same defensive lineup yet again. Once again, they are not changing anything as far as their... Okay, well, there we go.
Smoke to the pulse.
Smoke to the pulse. So
which
that
can work in their favor. You know, Pulse, we've seen, especially in the last week or so, he can be used very well for intel, but whether or not he's used like that this round will be interesting. Smoke, obviously, not quite working the way that they've wanted to so far in this series. So, yeah, interested to see what they can do with the change of a Pulse, and it's good to see them sort of changing operators like this, because we all know that, you know, it's one of the things that they want the strongest about last round, last map.
10 seconds remaining.
It's going to be identical on the mirror windows as well, so really no change at all except for the Pulse from Impetus Gaming. The question is that Pulse going to be enough? Okay, well, there we go. Second mirror window on the inside. The different kind of mirror. Last time when, you know, mirror was introduced, it was a bit of a funky setup. Sometimes you had two on the west wall. Sometimes you had one on the west wall and one on that small room where the Asian friend placed the second mirror. Sometimes you didn't have any mirror, and now you always have the evolution.
Yeah, so I don't know how this round's going to go. Hopefully this mirror on a different wall, pardon me, is going to help them quite a bit, because that mirror last round was deemed useless very quickly, especially because they could just take it out from the below. But Jap Best Guy already taking a kill onto Evo. That is a very nice kill, getting rid of that Capiteo straight away, eliminating the chance of him being able to firebolt in.
Indeed, Jap Best Guy, he will be traded by Sunan immediately. So, Pulse for Capitao, about an even trade, I would have to say. Good utility lost on both sides, but now it really comes down to whether this mirror can hold strong or not.
Yeah, and Mirror still not being popped, definitely an advantage for MBT at this current point in time. They are sort of trying to cause some ruckus downstairs, so, you know, maybe that'll distract them enough to be able to pop this mirror, but looking quite strong at the moment, slowing them down a lot. There is only a minute 20 left, so, you know, they're going to have to push in quite aggressively towards the end, but we have seen Scrypt do this, and do this quite well.
Indeed, let us see whether these smokes are going to be enough. We have the bandit down on the floor, and the plant is going down. Now the glass is able to reload. Oh, the C4 gets shot out once again, and Cuervo gets a claymore kill afterwards. That Asian friend is going to take down Cuervo with the headshot, but that headshot needed to come out a lot earlier. The Asian friend hesitating yet again. He could have gotten the kill as the glass turned tail. but they are in the unenviable position of having to retake, but they're gonna at least even out the man count. SMZ takes down Kicked onto Sandwiched, and Sunan is holding this angle. Speakeasy has a great position, but SMZ is going to take down one, and oh, the ring around the rosies. Oh, he's gone all the way down. He's misjudged this.
Another round 2 Scrypt. This takes them now into match point, I believe. So, you know, MBT definitely going to have to pull something out this round to keep this game. You know, we've seen them so strong on defense last map, and this map they seem to just be struggling quite a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see whether they're able to bring things back or not. The best they can hope for from tonight, therefore, is only 1 point, and that 1 point is going to come from this map if they're able to get 4 rounds in a row on defense, and they're going to try Armory Locker's Archives again.
Yeah, so this could be a very fatal move for MBT right now, especially because they know how well Scrypt are attacking this at the moment, but they have had a little bit of a change up. They're bringing their original lineup from the first round, I believe now, so, you know, who knows what's going to happen. Still could be anybody's game, especially if MBT do bring back in that fire we've seen from them very early in the last map.
Okay, the thing, as you said, this is the first round lineup, first defensive round lineup. The thing is, it didn't work out well for them then. So, as you said, I don't know why they're trying it again. Look at that, Sunan and Kicked on 11 and 10, Cuervo on 9. Speakeasy is just quiet right now, but doesn't matter because the rest of the team is stepping up. So, clearly, Scrypt are a very versatile team, very strong, and I think I can call it that they're after this map. Possibly after this round, they're going to be knocking on the door of Airwolf.
Yeah, and we've seen Speakeasy. He's just changed his operators up quite a lot this game, so definitely shows that he is a very flexible player. He's capable of doing a lot for the team, and you know, even though he fragged out really well last round with 12-6, everybody needs to be able to change roles and play support over, you know, being the entry fragger, so he's doing that really well. But Jap Best Guy will take down Kicked nice and early. That is the entry fragger gone.
Oh, Paulo gets too aggressive. Unfortunate right there. And we're gonna have Evo taking him out. Now Evo's holding a decent angle. Cuervo's gonna drone that. Oh, he's not even gonna lose his drone, in fact. But oh, time for the terrible peek from Evo instead. And he's gonna lose his life. Second kill for Jap Best Guy.
Yeah, and you know, they've already lost their smoke as well, so MBT have to proceed with caution. They're not gonna have much of, like, they're not gonna have much utility left to slow these guys down at the moment, so it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how these guys do end up pushing. They still have Glads in play, but Sunan will take down SMZ. Glad's getting very aggressive, getting in there, taking down my Asian friend, 2v3. I really feel like Scrypt are in a very strong position right now. They're going to be able to get this plant down. Sunan taking down Jeff Busky. MBT fragging back against Speakeasy. There goes their Glads, but no. Sunan with that nice little angle down the hallway, taking down Sylvie, and that takes out the game for Scrypt. And wow, that was a really, really good show of skill by Scrypt that game.
Honestly, that was so strong. They took a while to warm up on Coastline. They were down 4-1, but once that happened, that was incredible. 14 for Sunan, 10 for Kick, 9 for Cuervo. Speakeasy and Evo quieter than their counterparts, but who cares?
Yeah, exactly. They did a really good job just then, and you know, unfortunately for MBT just then, they showed strength coming into it, but then, you know, sort of lost it towards the end. And definitely unfortunate for them, but there was not much more you can say. Scrypt definitely proving that their strength is there, and they definitely are earning that third spot currently. So, good job to them.
Yeah, that was fantastic from Scrypt. And Airwolf are going to be sweating a little bit now. They are only 2 points ahead. They lose a game or they even draw. Okay, and it's only going to be head-to-head, keeping them above Scrypt. And that is assuming they beat Scrypt. So, very, very dicey situation. There is very little room for Airwolf to slip up. If they are able to continue on, as they usually have, then they'll be fine. But if not, we could see Airwolf miss out on LAN. And that's going to be like when ENCE missed out their first ever LAN event.
Yeah, that'll be a very big blow to Airwolf, and especially with their performance last season was quite well. The performance so far has been alright, apart from that little mishap there with Ferox, but ever since they've sort of, come in here and shown us that they're still quite a strong team. So I'm interested to see later on in the season them taking on Xavier, who currently hold first place, and that'll be a really good lineup. But Scrypt showing their dominance in that game against MBT. Unlucky for MBT. Definitely a couple of things that these guys can take away from that experience and work on.
Indeed, let's see what happens in the second series. It's going to be brought to you very, very soon. Generic Void Esports versus Intelligent Yes Tag. We're going to go on a tiny break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with you with Series 2 of Playday 8. Hello and welcome everybody. Thank you so much for that short wait. And we are back. I am in Ewok and with me is the one and only Apples.
Yes, hello, welcome back everybody. Interesting second game coming up with Generic versus US Tag. How do you think this one's going to go?
Ooh, so let us give you a rundown on where each team is right now. So if you look at the league table, both these teams have gone 0-0-6 in the 3 best of 2s that they've played so far. Really 6 best of 1s, but each a pair. So 0-0-6, that means each one has collected 0 points. And the only reason Generic Esports is in 7th place is because they have won a grand total of 1 more round on attack than Yes Tag has. They have both lost 42 rounds, but Generic has won 20 rounds to Yes Tag's 19. And right now, not looking good so far for either team. And what's happened is that this doesn't really give the Challenger League teams that good of a look, does it? You know, Yes Tag being the first place Challenger League team, Generic being the third.
Yeah, no, it definitely does it. But in saying that, we have seen some incredible performances from teams that we don't expect them to do it. So, you know, at the moment, it could be sitting at anybody's game. Yeah, it's one of those things where you can't really pick, and I'm not going to pick anything tonight because we have a really bad caster's curse going on. So
Yeah.
I'm going to just let this game roll out, and, you know, the results that we get, we're just going to get them, and I'm not going to curse anybody tonight.
It's going to be very interesting to see what kind of a result this is, because whatever happens tonight, at least one of these teams is going to get their first points of the season. And to be honest, so far what we have seen from either team, it is looking in favor of Yes Tag. These guys push Airwolf pretty hard, although Airwolf was having Lunar Metal out at that time. Array was in the core lineup and Spirited was filling in for Lunar Metal back then. It was a 5-1 and 5-2 in favor for Airwolf and Yes Tag. These guys didn't give up. They brought it back to a point where both maps finished 7-5 eventually. So these guys clearly have the experience, and the reason they do is because the players that they have on their team. CT and, oh my god, Barbecue, or just Barbecue, as well as Wilson. These guys were on the Season 6 and Season 7 unique monster lineup that was in the Pro League before they disbanded after the end of Season 7. So they definitely know what it's like to play at this kind of a level. They even went to LAN in Season 6, the APAC LAN. Couldn't get out of the quarterfinals. They lost to Mantis FPS right at the start. But nevertheless, it was a pretty decent showing from them. So they're clearly using the experience. They got first place in Challenger League, and now I think they are going to get that edge here in the Pro League. Yes Tag on the other hand, Generic on the other hand, these guys are lacking the kind of experience right now, but they are also pretty decently strong. They have good aspects about them, for sure. So, what do you think of Generic's play? Well, I think we have lost Apples, unfortunately. We are going to see what we can do about that, some technical issues. But anyways, let me just take you through about Generic Esports. These guys are strong players. Make no mistake. These guys know their way around Rainbow Six. They might not be the best. Currently, they might be 7th, or even if they don't stay 7th after the end of this match, they are not to be trifled with. You underestimate a team and anyone can beat you. Generic have great fraggers on their team. We have Bachelor, one of the best, I would say. He can play almost any operator. Likes to play the Mira on defense, and that should be a pretty good showing, and we're gonna see what he can do for his team. He is the captain as well, I think, or he's the IGL, one of the two. Correct me if I'm wrong in chat, please. I'm always happy to be corrected if I've got my facts wrong. So let's see what these two teams have to offer. Gonna be very interesting. They faced in the Challenger League, of course, last season, but it was heavily in favor of these guys, of the Intelligent Yes Tag. They were known as Unite back then. But we're still waiting right now to see what will happen in this matchup. Let us go through the maps that we are going to be playing. First map is going to be one we don't really get to cast much in Southeast Asia, so I'm very excited for it, and I like seeing that map. It is going to be Villa with Yes Tag on attack, Generic Esports on defense. And Generic being on defense gives them a big leg up, because Villa is still a new map, and I would say a map can be considered new really up until a year after its introduction. You saw how long it took for Coastline to have its secrets unlocked. So we're gonna have to see how Villa shapes up. So I'm excited to see Villa coming out right now. And being a new map, it is going to be defender sided, even without the current defender favorite meta. That means we could see the first points on the board for Generic, but they have to go up against very strong opposition. Generic are going to be hard pressed to squeeze out anything from Intelligent Yes Tag. It's going to be interesting to see what Generic can do, though. Yes Tag are not invincible. Definitely not. They have lost every game so far. Generic 2 have lost. So let's see who is the one who's not going to be losing tonight. Now, we are still encountering some technical difficulties. Apples will be with you guys again very shortly. I know you want to hear her beautiful voice, but we'll be back. And let's just keep on talking about this matchup. The first map, as I said, it is Villa. The second map is a little bit more standard. It's going to be Bank, and we saw Bank yesterday from Aerowolf. It was, I think, a 7-0 lockout for Aerowolf against, it was Team Dad 1. It looked so strong. 7-0, or was it 7-3? I'm not too sure, but let me just have a look. And yep, okay, it was 7-3. Very interesting. So let us see what happens right now. No, Bank wasn't played yesterday. I am misremembering this. It was Xavier Esports who played Bank against Ferox Esports. It was a 7-3. That the round score was correct. But Xavier Esports were the one playing it yesterday. So I like Bank, but I do see the arguments why some people and some teams feel that it's a bit stale. You push down, suppose if you have the Monty unbanned or you left the Blitz unbanned, you go down to the basement for the server push. You get your thermite, you open the wall, or if it's unreinforced, you get a soft breacher to open it up. Push your Monty through, either you do a turtle plant or you get the Monty to just be a menace in sight while the actual plant goes off. You try to bait out utility. Then on the defensive side, you have an info operator, you have an echo, you have a maestro, you have a Valkyrie, a pulse, something that tells you what's going on. Maybe you even have a mirror, you have C4 plant denial coming out, you have smokes, and what have you not. So a lot of people feel that it's a very played out kind of defense and attack meta on Bank. I still like seeing it, but I can definitely see the arguments for a rework, perhaps for Bank, but it's going to be pretty low on the totem pole for reworks if it comes to it. So we're going to have to see what is happening right now to continue on with the matchup very, very soon. Still waiting on all the players, and unfortunately Apples is still not back with us, so hopefully she can reconnect. I don't mind casting solo, but it's always good to have a friend. Anyways, I'm going to try and see if I can pull up the Challenge League statistics for either team right now. Going to be interesting to see how these guys fared. And, I don't think I have the statistics on hand. Let's see if I can dig a little bit deeper. If we can, it will be interesting to see. I do believe that the games that they played, Unite, or now YesTag, won both games. Generic, then known as, I think, Hayden, I believe. They have had a few name changes, Hayden, then Void, now Generic. Well, hopefully it worked out well. So, so I have got the results on hand. It was Unite winning out against Hayden Esports. A pretty strong win as well. So going to be very, very tight matchup, hopefully. Maybe we'll see a draw. If it's going to be 6-6, 6-6, that will be the first in Southeast Asia. What do you think, Apples? I think Apples is back.
Yes, sorry, I had a little bit of a problem with some fire alarms going off in the background, so that was a very nasty noise, and I did not want anybody to hear that. Hopefully none of my neighbours are woken up because it is 11 PM for me. So anyway, moving on. Sorry, I would have probably missed quite a bit of what you have been saying purely because I have been away from my keyboard trying to shut them up.
Well, we have all the players in the lobby finally, and we are ready on the casting side as well, just waiting on the admins, and we can get this match started hopefully very, very soon. YesTag versus Generic Esports. And before you came in, Apples, I was just talking about how these guys played out the Challenger League matchup last season, and it was a pretty strong win for Intelligent YesTag.
Yeah, it definitely was a strong win for them. So, they're coming into this game looking quite good at the moment. But in saying that, I'm definitely not going to give them the caster's curse that we both strongly have. Every time we say, this team's going to do well, they end up not. And I'm not in the mood to see a team go down because we give them the curse. So I'm just keen to see how this game plays out. I'm sure it's going to be a good game from both teams. And probably a long one as well, I'm expecting anyway.
We could definitely see 12 rounds on both maps. And I'm kind of excited to see 12 rounds. It's good to have the close matchups where you can't really predict, especially those kinds of back and forth. You have one team making a mistake, then they fix it the next round to win it out, and then it just goes up and down, up and down, up and down. But while we wait, we have the players in the lobby, so let us look at the lineup for tonight. For Intelligent YesTag, we have CT, Marco, Barbecue, Wilson, and Kenny. As I said before, CT, Barbecue, and Wilson are actually making up the core of the unique Monster Pro League team that played in Season 6 and 7. On Generic Esports side, we have Bachelor, Jibausi, Huffy, PT King, and Defty. Best player, I think, on Generic side, probably Bachelor. He has loads of skill, and can play a pretty mean mirror as well. And I like seeing mirror players do well.
And now you've given Bachelor the caster's curse.
Yeah, Bachelor's gonna donut, and then he's
Sorry, Bachelor, I apologize in advance. If you do get a donut, just come back in here, listen to what Impian said, and blame him for it. I'm just kidding. I'm sure Bachelor is going to frag out nicely. I'm sure everybody's going to give it their all. So, getting into Villa, YesTag versus Generic. What bands do you think we're going to see here?
It's very hard to predict. Both these teams might come up with something really wild. Generic knows exactly what they want to ban. The first operator is going to be a Montagna, and that's a good ban. Montagna can really be a problem on multiple bomb sites, and I don't think shields are in a great place anyway. And it's good to see that Generic Esports recognizes the power of that Montagne, immediately deciding, right, we don't want to face this nuisance of an operator. Yes, that's taking a little bit more time, but they have got their pick. It's probably going to be a Glass, and yes, it is. Glass being banned out. Fantastic. So two pairs of smokes off the table for the attackers, and in the immediate, it's probably going to be a Mira or a Maestro. I would say it is a Mira.
Yeah.
So my
There it
prediction's
is.
going well so far. And finally, the last ban. Maestro
Surely a
or
Maestro
Legion.
or an Echo.
I
A
think
Legion,
Maestro.
you reckon?
Yeah, because Legion, especially on the
Ooh.
L hallway at the
Yeah,
90.
I suppose.
Oh, it's a pulse.
Nobody predicted that one.
Whew.
Interesting choice just then. That
Hmm.
was
What do you think of the pulse
is
ban? I mean,
so
why?
Generic just banned that, right?
Mhm.
So does anybody on Yes Tag play Pulse to a really a good level?
I mean, they play Pulse, but a good level, jury's still out right now because they have been facing pretty strong opposition so far.
Okay, so that Pulse ban sort of isn't a target ban, but maybe it's just somebody that they are the most uncomfortable to, sort of bring out and have to counter, which I can see why. He is a very, very strong operator. Intel-wise, he's good for plant denial, especially from below. So, interesting to see what that's going to bring to the table for this game. Although we have seen Monty and Glaz and Mira all banned already tonight, so they were really standard bans, I feel. But that Pulse just threw a spanner in the works, so we'll see how that one goes for these guys.
Yeah, I think the logic is probably just, as you said, I don't want to deal with clearing out the first floor. I don't want to deal with fearing C4 up from below. But they could still get the C4 up from below if they bring a Valkyrie. And they have, right now they're on defense right now, so they have Echo drones that are going to be assisting them as well. But funnily enough, it's not going to be any of the second floor bomb sites. It's going to be the first floor bomb site right now. And ooh, this is an interesting choice. They are bringing a castle, so they have definitely something planned out. But Kitchen is one of a bit of a positive and a negative. Usually the attack doesn't come in from Kitchen. Huffy's just gonna castle off the doorways, and I'm not too sure what that speaks to their own game. If Yes Tag isn't going to play this smartly enough, it will mean that they will get funneled exactly where they want, where Generic wants them to be. But the problem with that will be that if they win the gunfight, and they win their strategic advantage pushing in from the other side, it will mean the retake will be super hard to do.
Yeah, and Jackal finding it a little bit difficult at the moment with these mute jammers to get in there and spot those footprints. But they will Thatcher and take it out. What? A frag going down already. Wow.
Yeah. Peter King is
Especially
going to take down, on IQ, as you said.
IQ,
You gotta
yeah.
say.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, that's a big kill. The only bigger kill possibly was the Thermite, I would say. Risky game coming out from the mute right there. He's gonna get lit up pretty hard. Walks by the soft wall just as the Jackal ping comes out. Somehow managed to live. But the second floor clear from Yes Tag is taking a long time. Doesn't help that they lost the IQ. And Peter King starting his team off on a great foot. They did lose a Yokai though.
They did lose one?
Yeah, the IQ,
Yeah.
before she died, she did something pretty important, taking down that Yokai. So unfortunately, if the defenders aren't up to snuff, even with this man advantage, they could lose things out. C4 being wasted in the background, you can hear that. And Jibausi is going to lose his life after that. So at least he used the C4, or tried to. Now Kenny doesn't have any of his ash charges left. So he's going to have to go at this manually. And if anyone tries to peek in at his feet, they might get a free kill. but so far no one is wanting to do that. And woohoo, this is a great angle, and what a tap onto PT King's head. Barbecue takes on Huffy as well before Kenny is down. Now Barbecue, I'm not sure if he's gonna get the revive attempt here, and Bachelor looks the wrong way. Marco is going to take him down, and it's going to be 1 kill and 2 from Defty from coming in from behind. He does get the diffuser drop. No one is going to chase him, however. He puts that glue mine down. He's going to try rotate away. Just 15 seconds left though, and this defense might be a win. And oh dearie
no.
me, the castle barricade is going to give this position away. Unfortunately, he has to let the plant go down.
It's very unlucky for Legion just then. And, you know, now they've just got to play the waiting game on him. They know where he's coming
He's
from.
attacking.
So.
Dear me. Oh, he's actually not going to lose his life just there. Not sure what he's trying to do with the glue mines. He's going to take so much damage. One more bullet and Marco is going to get the kill. But somehow Marco can't get it. Defty gets the headshot onto Marco. He's trying to look for the final player, peeking out wide when the reload is happening. Wilson holding strong, and almost a very tense moment for Yes Tag thanks to Marco's uncharacteristic misses. Marco is a pretty strong player, I would have to say.
Yeah, and I'm so surprised just then that Legion was able to get that frag off as well. So, you know, good for him for giving it a good shot, especially having to pull down that castle barricade as well. That gave away his position super easily, which is very unfortunate for him. But, you know, good push in from Yes Tag just then. So, you know, they did lose that IQ really early. But in saying that, she also was able to get down an Echo drone, so that definitely would have helped a lot. Although Echo was fragged prior to the chance that he got to get that diffuser denial down, so...
That's unfortunate. You don't want to losing your Echo. But, well, what's done is done. And it was a very valiant clutch effort from Defty. I think if he had fumbled a bit less with the goo mines, could have even got that clutch and finished off a very nice 4K. Yeah, just unfortunate things, but let's see what happens right now. Continuing on in this matchup, Huffy is going to be castling off another entryway into the bomb site. And that's what really messed up with, not the bomb site. They are not defending upstairs, it's still the downstairs. So, okay, at least this time he's not... he's still castled off that doorway. Is he gonna waste? No, yeah, he is. See, I predicted this kind of, you know, saying that if they lose the site, that the retake's gonna be so hard. And that's what happened. And they're doing it again. You have to have the contingencies, I feel. Because rarely does a strategy go to plan when you're facing a team that is so similar in the skill level as you. You have to plan for something going wrong. Some part of your attack doesn't work out, and then that part here really needs to be, what if you lose sight? Retake, you need to factor in the retake. Some teams even play for the retake, so they bait the attackers in, let the defuse happen, and then they're like, okay, now I'm gonna just ninja disable. Or just... Yeah,
and that really goes down to show how a team can adapt, and the teams that can adapt the quickest and sort of counter strat, you know, and are really flexible with their pushes and plays will be the ones that will have a significant impact and be able to take out round after round. So definitely interested to see how these teams do go, as Marco gets a nice little frag grenade off there.
Oh, Marco gets lit up so hard. He's on 1 HP. He's actually gonna win that gunfight against Defty before Huffy trades him back out. Kenny has taken down Bachelor as well. Huffy with one more, and this is good. But only good for him personally, because he is in a 1v3 situation once again. He needs to be a clutch for this win to come out. Diffuser plant isn't going down because Barbecue is the one with the diffuser. And now he's hearing the plant go down. Sends out one impact grenade. He's gonna go for the long rotation. He's probably been spotted out by a flank drone. I hope they have a flank drone, because at this level you really need to have one. He's going to try a little tiny peek, and no one is looking towards him except for one player. And Barbecue, the planter, is going to get the kill as well. Headshot onto Huffy, and that is Yes Tag going up 2-0.
Yeah, and once again, just an awesome push in from Yes Tag, and Generic sort of letting things slip off during the round, so they're just losing control of things way too quickly, and it's allowing Yes Tag to get on that really aggressive side and push into sight really quickly and just get those frags off, and leaving it down to a 3v1 and a 2v1 in the consecutive rounds here now has just been really difficult for Generic to sort of be able to get in there and give it a go, especially with the nice little angles that Yes Tag are holding.
Let's see what happens in this round. So far, we are at least seeing Generic switch off the first floor bomb site, and they're going on to the very, very standard Aviator Games Room bomb site, and this is the first choice for pretty much every team that plays Villa right now, or plays Villa often enough to have a first and secondary bomb site. Generic maybe not as practiced as they would have wanted to be on this map, but at least this shows that they have a decent idea on what to do. The bulletproof camera is definitely indicative of that. But what is interesting, that I've opened Vault up. Usually Vault is a huge point of contention. It's where defenses are won or lost. You keep that wall closed, you can play inside of the Vault and get very nice angles onto both the door for A and the door for B. If you get it open with, if you fight off the impact trick and Thatcher and bandit trick and whatever you have, then, if you can't do that, so that's usually a round loss.
Yeah, it's definitely so easy for attackers to get in and push that angle on the 90 as well. So opening up that vault door, it's either going to work in a really good favor of these guys, or it's going to give the attackers a huge advantage, and that's not what you want to be doing, especially at a level like this. So interested to see how they end up playing this one out. But
very nice, Kenny. My mood exactly.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Well, now Kenny is going to try and get very close to the bomb site. He is on the other bomb site that usually teams use as a secondary. The IQ is going to spot out the Valkyrie camera hidden inside of the sky, inside of the lamp. It's a good spot, but unfortunately you can't fight an IQ. Jibausi is down on the first floor. He is spoiling for a fight right now when he is on the flank. PT King is going to take so much damage, but he gets a headshot onto Kenny nonetheless, and that vault being open allows him to duck back in. So far, so good. Generic are looking strong, but as I say that, they lose one member. It's a 4v3. One more member, I would say. Huffy goes down. And oh, Jibausi, he sees one. He can't take the shot quickly enough, but PT King takes on Marco. He gets traded back, but it's a 2v2. And look at that. Barbecue just walks right into Vault, and this is why you don't leave it open. However, Defty is up for the challenge, hiding behind the bar counter, I believe. Peeks on up and takes him down. He has yokai drones, and Diffuser is not with Wilson, but he has a minute to play with.
Yeah, the minute is definitely a long time, and anybody is capable of clutching out these 1v2 situations, so I'm interested to see how he's going to go. He has given away his position with that nice little pre-fire, unfortunately not being able to connect any shots there. He's going to head down this hallway, and I feel like he's being continuously scanned, which he was, and Defy will get the kill onto Wilson. Generic taking out round 3.
Yeah, finally an answer from Generic, and you can see why people like this bomb site as the primary. It's a very strong bomb site, and even though they left the vault door open and Wilson couldn't capitalize, I still think it was a mistake, but fair enough. It worked out for them. They're gonna go to dining room, kitchen again, not statuary, and I don't know about that. What do you think?
I'm definitely a little bit confused. I'm glad that they did change it up in the third round just then to get away from it. But Yes Tag attacking this room with such strength, and they're like roam clearing so quickly and just getting in there and getting into kitchen super aggressively, and Generic just don't know how to counter that at the moment, and they're running the same lineup again. So I'm interested to see how they use this in a better defense method. The castles are good, but they are bringing Ash over and over again. So, it's not really slowing them down a little bit, but it's not slowing them down enough. And they really need to get in there, get a little bit aggressive, especially with your Legion mines upstairs. So your goo mines will definitely be a good start to chuck upstairs in those positions where the attackers can get in and get all up in your face, take control of that top floor, and then just push down nicely, which they've been doing every round. So I'm interested to see if Generic will take what they've learnt from defending this one in the first 2 rounds and sort of turn it around and get themselves a win.
Yeah, hopefully... Oh no, pre-play C4, why would you do that? It's the same...
I really...
Okay, pre-play C4, the same castle barricades.
New feed activated.
I really don't like pre-placed C4s because they don't often catch people out. They're very loud, and they're sort of one of those things, like if you hear a C4, you're obviously not going to enter through that door. So, whether somebody's just going to rush in really quickly and she'll be able to pop it then and actually use that to an advantage, or if it's going to get shot out, taken out with a Thatcher or an IQ, or people are just going to enter that door at all. I just, don't really understand that. And the same castle barricades, they are trying to funnel people into the same position, but it's not really working out for them so far.
This is a good castle barricade, though, as far as we've ragged on the castle barricades and wasted C4, you can hear that. I don't think it detonated, probably got taken out by the Thatcher EMP. Defty is going to be contesting, and PT King getting in position, blocked Defty actually. That could have been quite bad, but Marco versus Defty, and if he continues to hold this angle, I think Defty is going to win it out. No, it's going to be Marco with a perfect pre-fire. The Echo goes down, that's a big kill, and this wall is completely unreinforced. The Buck can go to town, and oh my god. What are you doing? I thought he was just memeing around. But okay. Whoo. He gets the kill, finally. And the Legion now goes down upstairs. It's a 3v3.
It's a 3v3, but IQ on very low health at the moment, so they're going to take a step in a goo mine to down her. So she's going to be very careful with using her gadget to take those down. We will see Wilson take down PT King, though, leaving it to a 3v2. So very interested to see how these guys are going to push in. They have only got 45 seconds left, a lot slower than they usually are used to.
No way!
And there
on
we
the
go.
cam. He was on
Yes,
the cam, unfortunately.
Just taking those last 2 kills as easy as that, securing them that round.
Wait, was he actually on the cam, or did he just take ages to react?
I think he was on the cam. There's no way you'd be standing there for that long and not hear him coming.
Well,
surely.
It's not working out for them on this bomb site. And finally, trophy statuary. Okay, that's great. I like seeing this. Good, balance of the bomb sites. If you can't win, and it's the 3rd time you've lost, all 3 of your losses have been on the bomb site, just go away. And Ferox Esports, I think, were the team that I was talking about earlier, yesterday or last week. They lose a bomb site, they don't go back there again until they have cycled through the other bomb sites. So that's good. I like that.
They definitely do that really well because, they go, okay, this isn't working out for us, let's do something different. But tonight we haven't really seen that adaptation much except for Scrypt. They're the only ones so far that have been able to do that. We did see that MBT didn't adapt at all. And now we're seeing that Generic aren't adapting that quickly, so they're losing rounds when, three rounds lost in the same room is a really significant error. Like, you'd think, okay, we lost the first 2 rounds in this room, let's not go back to it unless it's our only option.
Well, Barbecue taking 9 bullets to take down that camera. He's pre-firing everything. He has the bullet, so fair enough. Not like the defenders who are limited to usually about 150 bullets. Now, CT bringing the IQ is very strong. He's going to counter that Valkyrie directly, going to counter the Legion as well. Huffy on that castle. Let's see what happens on this bomb site. On the first floor bomb site, kitchen dining, completely terrible. Not terrible in the sense that Huffy's playing him wrong or anything, just he's not doing anything. Like just now we were talking about in the previous game, Pogga on the Fincan. Ooh, that's a 1-2-1 trade. Daffy takes down CT, but Wilson takes him right back. Legion for IQ. That's pretty decent, I would say.
That's definitely a good trade. I feel like if you're going to lose a Legion, if you're going to lose an IQ, you definitely want to trade it out for a Legion. Because, you know, there's not really much you can do to counter him unless you're using your EMPs when you enter rooms. So, definitely a good trade for that one. And, you know, takes it down to a 4v4. Very even at the moment. But we need to see Generic sort of pull something out and hold these guys out for a little bit longer and just expect that really aggressive rush in towards the end. But Huffy does peek and gets taken out by Kenny.
Wilson takes down PT King as well, and this has gone pear-shaped. Jibalsi's offside. Bachelor gets shredded by the prone Wilson, and Kenny has completely perfect information on where Jibalsi is. That's a Valkyrie down. Yes, tag win yet another round.
Yeah, and this is sort of the moment where Generic need to slow down, they need to stop, they need to think about their stats. Their strats. And sort of go, okay, what can we do differently? Because these guys are they're doing sort of the same thing over and over again. So they're clearing out really well. They're sort of, you know, getting a feel for where everyone is. And then they're just pushing in really aggressively towards the end. So I'm interested to see whether or not Generic can take this and be like, okay, this is what we need to do differently. And we are seeing a little bit of a 6-pick off to mute there, which I think is nice because the castle isn't really working in their favor at the moment. It's not slowing them down in the way that they think it would.
Yeah, let's see what happens. 4-1 up, and unfortunately the prediction, or not really a prediction I made, I said Generic would have been happy with defense first on Villa, being a new map, being a defender-sided map, at least for now, in the defensive-sided meta. Not really worked out so far for them, unfortunately. Is there a single reason you can pin it to, or a primary driver to the failings?
I don't really think so. It's more so I don't think they've adapted to the way Yes Tag have played so far. So Yes Tag definitely very aggressive. They all just push in together at once, but you know, it's obviously little mistakes from Generic, like doing some really dodgy peeks and being able to get themselves picked off so easily isn't working in their favor as well. So I'd say if they sat there and held more passive angles, especially with how aggressive Yes Tag is, you know, you normally don't fight fire with fire and you just sit there, play passively. That way they sort of slow down on their push because they don't know where you're sitting at all times and they don't know what angles they're going to have. But if you're just aggressively peeking, obviously with the way Yes Tag are fragging at the moment, they're going to be able to win their gunfight against you.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to see how this works out right now. Hopefully, Generic can show a little bit of more of the potential that they clearly have. You know, I was hoping for a close game. I'm still hoping for one, although expectations have kind of been lowered, unfortunately. But so far, this hold is what won them the first round, and they have information on this Valkyrie. Not Valkyrie, the player over there lying prone. It's the Echo, and they can't lose this Echo. He's very important to their push, and somehow he's gonna make the cross happen and gets back into the bomb site. CT is now gonna get back on his pistol scanner as we approach the halfway mark of the round.
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to get in here and open up that vault wall super easily. So, you know, last time going through vault didn't work quite as well as they wanted to. I wonder if anybody's holding the cross onto this time, but PT will get a nice little frag off onto CT there. taking down their IQ, which is a really good pick-off to start off with.
PT onto CT. I like that rhyme. And Kenny is going to get traded out after he takes down PT. Bachelor the one making things happen right now. The Doc unfortunately is off the board, which means he can't be healed up. And there is no time for a reset as we have ticked down to 50 seconds. The wall has been opened up. This time it was reinforced. But Barbecue uses one of his exothermic charges, and since there is no bandit, the mute isn't enough to bandit trick. There's no such thing as a mute trick. EMP grenade goes out again. And it's going to disable one ADS.
Yeah, see, this is what I mean about, you know, Generic really needing to slow down the way Yes Tag push in. We are going to see another nice little aggressive peek from Thermite here. But GB is going to trade back on Marco, but oh my god, Barbecue taking down a second kill onto Huffy. This is leaving it really down to the wire here. Oh my god, Barbecue on a third, and will he be able to get this plant down? I think it is all over for Yes Tag for that round, and Generic will take down round 6. There we go. That is what I was talking about in the lead up to that round, was the fact that Generic needed to sit there and play a little bit more passively because their aggressive angles just weren't working out for them, and that is a really good adaptation that I was hoping to see a little bit earlier into this game, but good thing that they did decide to change things up a little bit as we now are switching roles.
I think that Mew's going to get 6 pick into the Cav.
You reckon?
Yeah, he did flash it up just now. Not sure if that was a misclick. There
Yep,
we go.
there it is. A little bit of Kavira. It's going to be some spicy gameplay.
Yeah, it'll be great if you can get a kill, especially onto the Thermite. You know, that pistol not nerfed just yet. Soon to be nerfed from 99 damage to, what is it, 65 new damage?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that's a good nerf, and it's fairly important at short ranges, or really short ranges. That pistol was a shotgun. And at the same time, though, I don't think Cav really needed that nerf. There were more pressing operators to change. But what's done is done. We're going to have to see how the Cav nerf plays out. A bit early to call. Let's see what happens. Especially in this round with this current iteration of the Caveira.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm excited to see what this change up to Caveira is going to be like. I know she's a really good operator now, especially if you can play her and you can play her well. She does give a whole lot of intel to the defense team. So, you know, you never want to be caught in the crossfires of a Caveira pistol and then not being able to trade the kill and get interrogated. It's probably the worst feeling you can give, especially when, you know, you've let your teammates down that much to dying to a Caveira, but she's so sneaky, and I feel like pulling out a Caveira, people are always on edge about her because you never really know where she's going to sit.
Yeah, that's the thing. But at the pro level, if you have good enough communication, if you have good enough drone work, that Cav cannot really hide from you. And they could have brought a Jackal, I guess, but, you know, they haven't felt the need. I don't think it's a must to bring the Jackal here. And they don't know that the Cav is picked. They will soon enough. It's 1 minute into the round. Huffy is making good time together with the rest of his team. They're pushing on to 90, which seems to be deserted, and that's a bit of a surprise. You would expect 90 to be one of the most contested locations. Now, Barbecue is on cam, and I think there's a Valkyrie down below as well with the C4 primed and ready. So, if what I'm thinking is correct, the moment the attacker is getting to a stationary spot, boom, there we go! Marco with the C4, the Valkyrie waiting down below, perfect for Yes Tag. That is the Thatcher off the board, not quite the kill they wanted, but there we go, Bachelor is taken down, Defty is down as well, but 2 kills for PT King. Defty finally gets finished off by Marco. Marco is getting all the kills for Yes Tag, he can't get one more though. Kenny is the one finishing off PT King, and he's gonna go back for the finisher. Whoa, the Doc revive came out almost. Bousy does finally finish off the kill, but Kenny with the P90 gets 2 to Marco's 3, and that's a great shot.
Yeah, it definitely is, and I feel like Yes Tag we're just expecting that really sort of strong and aggressive push towards the end of that round just then, and we're able to get some really nice kills on that C4 from below from Valkyrie. Just set that off, and when there's a Valkyrie, you're always going to be sort of careful not to stop in places. And I'm not sure where that IQ was at that point in time, but probably really useful for her to push in with her team as well to get rid of those cameras, especially when you're going to be pushing aggressively into 90 where it's always really contested.
Yeah, 90 is really the hotbed of where everything goes down. The current meta is as such that you open vault, you get 90 control, you're pretty much secured yourself the round. For defenders, is obviously if you can keep it closed and do enough time wastage elsewhere, and in 90 enough nuisance, that works out well usually for the defenders. But so far, defense or offense, Generic Esports just falling really far behind. 3 rounds. They need to get to come back to tie things up, while YesTag only needs 2 to win the map.
Yeah, and I also feel like attack's one of those ones where you can be really flexible, especially when you're in mid-round and you need to sort of adapt to the gameplay that the defenders are bringing to you. So, I haven't seen enough of Generic's play to know how they actually attack. So, watching this on will give me a nice little grasp of how they're going to go. But Valk has just thrown all of her cameras outside. So, obviously a good thing for Generic there. They're not going to have to worry about any hidden cameras inside from her, but they probably also don't know that that is what has happened.
Marco again, he's going to take down Bachelor, this time with the gun, not the C4. And that is the IQ of the board. Last time it was the Thatcher, I think. No, it was the IQ as well. Right, but either way, Jabausi's now brought the PDW Jackal. Kind of expecting the Caveira again, but there is no Caveira to be found, and Huffy is looking for these cameras, and that was a very nice target kill from Marco. He got the IQ off the board. That means it's going to be so much harder for the attackers to find the cameras.
Yeah, and an IQ going down first is never a good thing, and you never sort of want to lose her early because she plays such a vital role in the team, especially with Valk cams and, bandit wires and goo mines. She's just one of those ones that you don't want to lose because she provides so much intel and can take away so much intel from the other team as well. So, if I was in that case, I would have probably pushed in more strong with Twitch because obviously, she doesn't provide as much use to an attacking team like IQ. But in saying that, still a minute 20. There's still got quite a bit of time to push in. We'll just see how this does go. But it looks like Defty might have missed Caveira there. I mean, Valkyrie there on her drone.
Yeah, I think that happened. Wilson's going to get one more. PT King goes down. And, well, that's going to be too easy. Knife comes out. And that's Diffuser dropped as well. And one more. No, it's not going to be one more. The PDW at long range actually has kind of a bug right now where the damage goes up. So it's the best gun at long range. And woo, Huffy tries to throw in his EMP grenade. CT here, that shotguns his face off. It's just Jabausi left. And the goo mine is going to finish him off. He was less than 10 HP. It's going to be match point for Intelligent YesTag.
That was just a major error from Generic, missing that Valkyrie sitting there. And that's what's so vital, is if you're going to have a set droner who's going to be able to clear rooms for you, you need to make sure that they're really, really thorough. And, obviously not checking all 4 corners of a room is kind of a big thing. Unfortunate mistake from Generic on that one.
Yeah, definitely. Now, CT is calling for a rehost. He's saying that there is a bug. I'm not sure if it's a Sophia bug or something else. We're going to be waiting on the ESL admin's calls. But until then, we're just going to play the round as if nothing is going wrong. And CT says never mind. So I think the rehost request has been retracted. Or not. Well, let's see how this plays out anyway. Caveira being brought out by... Yep, it's going to be all good. So Caveira being brought out again. Wilson is going to be playing that. Wasn't that useful, the Caveira. it was really Marco and the Valkyrie shredding the attack.
Yes, so interesting to see how this round's gonna go down. They have had a couple of lineup changes on both teams, so maybe this is the sort of change that Generic needed, bringing in more utility to get into rooms a bit quicker, especially soft breach, like Sophia and Ash. So they've really got to do really well this round because it's match point. They've only got 2 points on the board, so losing now would definitely make a huge impact on them, especially going into the second map.
Yeah, Jibausi's the silence F2, and that's a curious choice. You don't see the silencer paired with the laser sight. Like, the laser sight gives your position away and you're trying to hide with the silencer. Well, whatever the case, it's personal preference after all. And pre-fire is coming out from Huffy. They're not going to connect with anyone, but PT King is going to connect. The LR gets taken off the board. Wilson is still active. He is roaming all the way here on the south side on the main stairs. And Kenny's brought the P90 again. He did so well with it just now on the second floor.
I always called the P90 the headshot finder because honestly, if you can play that
Eventually.
gun, you can it's just so good. I personally love the P90, even though I've been converted to the MP5 now. But, it's just P90 with a red dot sight is one of those ones where, if you can aim really good, there's guaranteed a headshot there for you. So I know it's the same with any gun, but I feel like the P90 has such manageable recoil, especially, even long range doesn't do too bad as well.
Yeah, indeed. Now, let's see what Generic has on offer on this round. They're going to spot out the Kavera. The drone is lost. That's why Tribausi gets off it without even bothering. There are 3 members stacking up on these stairs. It could be risky if there was a C4 facing them. There might still be. Actually, no, there isn't any C4s on the defense. There weren't ever. And oh, this is such a tense location. And unfortunately, Marco is going to get a very easy kill onto Defty. Huffy, though, trades him out. And this is looking good for Generic so far. With the P90, as you said, headshot machine gets one. But Wilson with the headshot pistol. He's 1v1 right now. And he's going to use that shotgun to do a fair bit of damage. And he's going to miss the cross in. Huffy is down 50 HP. So is Wilson. And he's going to have to bait the plant out. And it's going to be Huffy with the clutch. The Cav not strong enough. The bait tried to happen. But as my good friend Emzo has said in the NA broadcast, it's really hard to get the bait down. Usually people expect it.
Yeah, and especially with an impact nade, I find they're sort of one of those ones that, you can sort of predict that it's definitely going to be a bait. But that was definitely a better round from Generic. I feel like their droning was a lot better. Their take was a lot better. They just got in quick. And I liked the little adaptation of bringing in Sophia just then. But we're going to trade it up for Buck. I don't mind Buck. I feel like he can be such a strong operator and, especially if they can control his recoil and his gun because I know that it's quite high. But Cap can. That's a spicy little 6th pick. I actually don't see him played too often, but, I guess with that as well, bringing him out, it's the element of surprise once again, and people don't always check when they're rushing into a room, especially at the end for Capcan traps.
Yeah, exactly. If you wait enough time outside of the final minute, when it does come to the side push, and that's a bad cam, it's very easily spotted, but CT can't recover it, it's just going to leave it. But yeah, you leave not a lot of time left, and you rush in, and boom, 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 everything starts exploding. And there are 2 3 speeds and 3 2 speeds on the attack. It's a bit of a funny thing. 2 3 speed, 3 2 speeds. Could be a little tongue twister if you like.
Be our vocal warm-ups precast.
Yeah. Right. So that's what we're gonna do from the next time we cast onwards. We're just gonna say that over and over again.
Yeah, sounds like a really good idea. It's definitely going to give us some good tongue control on our words, which I obviously have been lacking lately because my brain wants to say something, but then I'm just like, nah, don't know how to say it.
Well, anyways, let's see what happens right now on this defense. The second floor defense worked out really well for YesTag the previous time. It was Marco playing down below. Once the attackers came into 90, he got the kill, and once again, he's the first one to get the kill. PT King the Ash is off the board. The best operator you really could lose if you had to lose an operator. But there are still Capcan traps that they had to face, and ooh, that was a crazy good shot that he took. Huffy is inside of the master bathroom, and there's one on the right for Marco, one on the left, and one right in the center. So if Generic can play this right, which they have a good chance of doing, they can clear out this one roamer. But look at that, Marco on his own, he's soaking up so much time. The rest of the team of YesTag is just sitting on the bomb site. And oh, finally, I thought Defty was going to miss him out once again. And that C4 is just going to land at Marco's feet. He's not even going to try and recover it. He knows that Generic is on his tail.
And there you go. They're also wasting time now checking for Capcan traps before they enter, and IQ gets taken out by one, which is really funny considering she has the ability to play them out really well.
Yeah, she's the best equipped, and oh, they're gonna be bandit tricking this. Wilson has 2 shock wires, and it's too late. Unfortunately, he wasn't ready, and this is gonna get open. What a shot! Wilson just pre-fires onto Bachelor, and as Bachelor is priming that frag grenade, he loses his head.
Attackers have located a bomb.
And it's only gonna take one Capcan charge to kill, but doesn't matter. We will see 3 kills going down just like that, and YesTag securing map 1.
Ooh, that was really good stuff from Wilson at the end right there. 7-3 victory for them right here. What do you think of that?
You know, it all comes down to Generic weren't able to adapt to YesTag's gameplay. And, you know,
13, 11,
YesTag,
12.
they didn't really change things up that dramatically. So, you know, Generic had all the opportunity in the world to sort of adapt to the way that they were playing and get in there and, you know, counter-strike them, but they didn't. So, you know, unfortunately, Generic did struggle on that one. We've seen it 7-3, obviously. There was something going wrong there. And, you know, YesTag just did so well.
Indeed, and that's the first points on the board for YesTag, the first win of the season for them. On the other hand, Generic are still looking for their first points. They need at least a win, ideally, from the second map. But, you know, if they can't get the win, I think they would settle for the draw. One is better than none, but honestly, they are looking not good at all, and early call, but probably Challenger League relegation contenders.
Yeah, definitely. Just, you know, one of those games where you sort of, I didn't know what was going to happen coming into that match. I have a vague idea of, you know, how they're going to go coming into this next one, but in saying that, I'm not going to give anybody the caster's curse this round. You know, I'm hoping to see a better performance from Generic, but YesTag, if they played the way they played in Villa, they're definitely going to be, you know, the favourites of this map.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what happens, really, and hopefully, I think we will see a better performance. We are going to have Generic actually going for a swap of the player. We have seen Bachelor either disconnect or he is being replaced. They have Yule as a substitute. So let us see what happens. Who comes in for who. Just waiting on everything to be settled. But, you know, this has been a decent series so far, don't you think, Apples?
Yeah, it definitely has. And, you know, all night it's been sort of interesting to see, like, both teams, and especially that first game, we've seen Scrypt with a wonderful performance. In the second game, we've seen YesTag with an awesome performance. But I'm hoping this next game, does come down a bit closer because we always want to see a really, really good, intense game. And, you know, Generic obviously have the potential to do that. It's just whether or not that they can adapt to Yes Tag's gameplay. You know, they need to focus on droning more. They need to focus on taking control a lot quicker because they're just wasting a lot of time pushing into a room.
Yeah. So we are still going to be waiting a little bit for the players right now. I'm going to try to find out what is going on. Hopefully we can get the information to you guys very, very soon. Seeing what is going on. But next map. What is the next map? It's going to be Bank, as we mentioned. Yep. So, a free-flowing, aggressive game on Bank. Yes Tag playing that free-flowing, aggressive game. Generic not really able to compete with that. So I think, unfortunately, that could spell disaster on Bank. You think so?
Yeah, it definitely could, especially because Bank is one of those really open ones where you do have to really focus on getting control of the upper or lower floors depending on the site that they're in. So roam clearing, definitely a huge thing on this map. And if the way that Generic went last round weren't sort of able to drone out and clear the roamers of Yes Tag efficiently, you know, it could be a very dominant performance from Yes Tag in this one.
Yep. So we are still waiting on one of the final players to join in. So we will be taking a very quick short break while we get everything sorted out for you behind the scenes. We will be right back with you for game number 2 of the second series of the night. Yes Tag versus Generic. It's going to be Bank. Don't go anywhere.
It's the unknown, the unknown. It's time to go into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me.
Welcome back, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. We went on a little short break while we waited for everyone to load in, and everyone is ready now. Yes Tag versus Generic. Map number 2 is going to be starting very soon. Map number 1, if you missed it out for whatever reason, it went 7-3 in favor of Yes Tag. It was Villa, and I really like casting Villa. Don't get to cast it too much. So we're going to be heading into map number 2. Bank. Hopefully Generic Esports is able to collect themselves and showcase a better performance. We are going to get right in just about now. So what do you think are going to be the bans?
Bans on Bank. Alright, so I feel like Glaz is definitely going to be brought out again as a ban. And possibly a Monty, because Monty is also really strong on this map, especially in the downstairs and Teller's pushes. So, interesting to see what it's going to be. I do feel like they probably are some of the strongest ones to ban on this map. What about?
Probably a Monty. It's gonna be a glass. Yes, Tag going for the glass ban, and that's interesting. That's a good, strong ban. Hopefully generic. If they don't ban the Monty, well, they are gonna ban the Monty. I was gonna say if they don't ban the Monty, they need to use him, but they are not gonna go for that.
This one, I feel like, the basic either Mirror, Echo, Maestro, possibly even a Pulse might be brought out. So there's Echo, our first pick.
The Pulse ban makes sense because he can play in Gold Vault or in the basement and really just shut down any push if the rest of the team is communicating well enough.
But last map generic banned Pulse, so whether Yes Tag's going to ban them this time,
we're gonna have to see.
Story.
Is it gonna be Maestro, Mira, or it's gonna be Maestro? All right, so that's a good prediction right there from you. Maestro, Echo, Montaigne, and Glass are our bans. It's a good ban, and Maestro really, I don't really like the fact that he has so much power in his hands. ACOG, Evil Eyes that can see through smoke, and then on top of that you give him an LMG.
Yeah, so we should definitely be seeing a lot of Mirror and Smoke plays this map, especially down in the bottom floor, which they're bringing. I really like the Legion Mirror and Smoke. Ella is good on the stairs, but looks like she's going to be 6'2". Valkyrie. Valkyrie's also a really good one, especially, helping out with that plant denial and when to time C4s, when to time smoke canisters, so a lot of intel can be brought from Valkyrie, but at the same time, we do have an IQ to counter her.
Indeed. Now, CT is going to be playing on the smoke right now. There is Alibi being brought out by Kenny. Alibi pick is not something I think is a really good choice. Mainly because she doesn't offer enough outside of the fact that she has 3 speed and she has impact grenades, and I think she's the only defensive operator right now that has the combination of the two. It used to be Ella, but Ella lost the impact grenades, thankfully, and right now she's the only one, and I think that's a primary reason why we're seeing so much of Alibi from some teams. The Prismas themselves, not too useful unless you begin to try and do that stacking strategy, especially on the server stairs. You know, the strategy where you put at the top server or down server, you put all 3 of the Prismas, and that block the line of sight, and they block any pre-fire. So if someone pre-fires that, or if you are hiding behind that, you'll be able to get a very nice frag back onto them. Yeah,
definitely. So, I'm interested to see where she has actually thrown down her Alibi clone. At the moment, we have no idea, so it's interesting to see if she has actually gone for that blue stairs strat and has stacked them nicely. Either that, or, I find a lot of teams don't actually get caught out by Alibi quite often anymore, unless, of course, it's one of those really frantic moments where you've droned them out and, you haven't droned out before you've gone in and you've just freaked out because you've seen somebody's head just pop out of nowhere. Definitely interested to see where she has put them.
I mean,
we're gonna see.
One funny
That's
Alibi.
Nice little angle from Jack.
Oh yeah, that the buff really working out in his favor, and Kenny's gonna get scanned, but he's on site, so not that useful. One little funny Alibi play I think we saw, it was from Dark Zero on Consulate. Dark Zero or Orglis, I think it was Orglis actually. Not the ANZ Orglis, the ex-Noble. He tried to stand inside of the Prisma and pretend to be a Prisma, and that's backfired spectacularly. It doesn't work like that at Pro League level.
And that comes down to, obviously, if you have attachments on your gun, it's so easy to spot out. And it's normally really easy to spot out the difference between a clone and a fake Alibi anyway. So we are going to see some nice little flash bangs go out to try and scare that Mirror a little bit. But
whoa,
we're going to see Wilson. with the double shotgun onto Huffy and Bachelor. What an amazing play from him as he does kind of those blue stairs nicely.
Now PT King loses his life. Marco takes him down. He's been on absolute fire. But G-Bowsy trades things back before he is traded back, putting this Hibana in a 1v4. Could have made it a 1v2, but only Kenny is taken down in a very, very aggressive defense from YesTag. They're going to take this 1-0 in the first round. Looking good for YesTag so far.
Definitely is. Sort of seeing that Legion being brought out just then as well was quite a surprise with the shotgun. I don't actually see the shotgun getting played often, and I don't know whether that's sort of a standard thing in the Southeast Asia region, but, you know, definitely an awesome thing to see there. So he did incredibly using it as well.
Now the Carrera and the Cop Gun together, neither of them being 6 picked away as well, or being 6 picked into, means that YesTag are very confident of what they have on this bomb site. They have a total of... Oh, they brought the FBI shotgun too. Oh, that's very interesting. I was going to say they have a total of 4 impact grenades, as well as the Mira shotgun. But they also have the FBI shotgun. That's going to be very, very interesting to see how that is used. Usually, the FBI shotgun is never used because, well, why would you? It's just a little smarter to bring the UMP-45 you can play at range. But I think the other day on Bank itself, we saw Ferox Esports bring out the FBI shotgun, and I am pretty sure it was Zando. And what is this Mira setup? Apples.
That can be very risky. I have actually never seen Mira be played like that. Definitely interesting because, you know, that mirror on the right is going to be easily taken out by the open area window. So if somebody pushes that, that's immediately going to be taken out. But at the same time, it might be good because then it opens up the possibility for the nice little pre-fire through that open mirror as well. So who knows what they were going for there. I'm interested to see how that strat actually works out for them.
I think the idea is you play one player on each mirror window, and then you make sure you don't miss. So you cover each other, and hopefully it works out. But Marco is the first one to fall. PT King is going to be the one clearing him out. Very nice. Good start for Generic Esports here on this round. Minute in, they have gotten control of the Grand Lobby, and they are knocking on the door of the bomb site. PT King takes on one more before he's traded out by Kenny. And you see, I think that was what this idea was, but Kenny again! Bachelor is the one going down. The Jackal is on the other side, and he's playing a very dangerous game right now.
Yeah, and Mira's still sitting in here nice and snug as well, so, you know, I'm surprised nobody's actually tried to contend her. Could possibly lose her life right now to those guys. Spud is going for a nice little rotate down through CCTV there, so yeah, it's
She's gone, and Defty's still looking for her.
yeah, and that beautiful play from Capkin at the moment as well. He's doing such a good job of sitting there. Jackal's under fire, but a nice little flick shot. What was that from Huffy?
What?
Wow, that was the most amazing headshot I have seen so far tonight, and he was able to collect a double kill as well. So what a play from Huffy just then.
Now Wilson has his rotation hold, but he can't do anything with it. Defty's gonna headshot him, and goodness gracious, Huffy, what a shot. That is, I think, one of the best shots I've seen in my lifetime. He didn't even know. And it's probably a lucky shot, but nevertheless.
Could you imagine how he is feeling after a flick like that? I couldn't even imagine. And he also flicked onto head and then able to get a second kill straight after. So, you know, what an incredible play from Huffy. This is the kind of thing I love to see from teams that have just come from a loss and they're sort of recouping themselves at the moment, getting a score on the board already. So last game, I think it took them into the third round before they actually got a point on the board, so it's nice to see. But a 6 pick from Legion onto Alibi, I'm not too sure if I like that one.
I have to agree right there. The Alibi, as we mentioned earlier, not too sure what the use of Alibi is. We're not really seeing her use her full potential, maybe, or this really is her potential, and outside of being a 3-speed with impact grenades, she doesn't really have much use. Oh, and my bad, she's not the only 3-speed with impact grenades. Cav is the other one, but I guess you can forgive me for not considering Cav in the list of operators that I really see in Pro League.
Yeah, Kavira is definitely one of those ones that we don't see quite often, and I dare say after this nerf onto Kavira as well, she's barely going to be played anywhere, so it's definitely going to be one of those ones where, you know, we might say goodbye to her and she'll just be gone for quite some time. So, you know, unfortunate, because I really don't feel like her pistol was that bad.
Yeah,
like,
honestly.
You could counter her easily enough if you were, you know, roam cleared nicely and had good team comms. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but it's something that people did complain about quite often. Ubisoft listened, and that is what is happening now. And that is why we all love Rainbow Six Siege, because these changes do happen.
Yeah, and you know the most famous Cav play happened on this map, the Paris Major Grand Finals. Second round, Eunice brings out the Cav and gets a 3k against Evil Geniuses. Eunice on G2, obviously. So
Yeah.
that was really not a Cav thing. It was just that the attackers all missed the shots and Eunice was able to get away with it. So again, just reinforcing the point, it's not really Cav that's the problem. If you're gonna miss your shots, you're gonna lose the fights anyway.
Attackers have located.
So, 1 minute 40 in this round. Marco getting the ally pings. It's working out decently well for them right now, but he can't land the shots. Kenny takes 25 HP's worth of damage, and that's a great shot though from Marco. He gets droned out, but it is too late. They knew where he was anyway, and Jabausi loses his life. Thankfully, the Thermite has got one wall open, but it's not the wall that you really prefer to have open. Kenny gets one more. Defty goes down this time. That is the Thatcher off the board. So the dream pairing, the Brotherhood, is off the board. But Bachelor from behind comes in and takes down Kenny. He needs to be careful, and oh, what a shot onto CT. The impact grenade working against the defender because Bachelor is able to flick, and one more on the stairs. A third kill for Bachelor. Generic looking so strong this map, this round, thanks to the Sophia plays. And now the alibi pings coming out once again. Wilson is in a tough spot, but he could get a very easy kill. Huffy is the one who gets the kill as Wilson goes prone at the wrong timing, and unfortunately missed shots from Barbecue. He's gonna walk out, and this Claymore is gonna take him down. Down to Jackal as well, but who cares? That is round number 2. Sorry. Yeah, it is round number 2. Round number 3, my bad. In favor. Why am I keep on saying? Round number 3 in favor of Generic Esports.
Yeah, honestly, that push in from Bachelor just then, getting that nice little 3k helped quite a lot, and that was such an impressive play from him. And, you know, he was just so switched on that entire time he was pushing in, and the defenders just weren't able to take him down. But I also noticed that I think Alibi was supposed to set up for an impact trick onto that thermite wall, but she wasn't close enough to stop it. And, you know, Smoke had previously prepped all of the walls for her to be able to do that. So unlucky for that one that they were able to get that wall in. But it didn't matter because Bachelor came in from a different angle anyway and just absolutely fragged out really hard.
Yeah, that was good stuff from Bachelor. He played that really well. He saw that the castle barricade was up. He thought, instead of taking down that castle barricade, why not I bypass it? So he took down the soft wall instead. Went in, got the frag, then the castle barricade, the castle panicked, you know, and the impact grenade is, you can really hear the click of the pin being taken out, and obviously the explosion is even louder. He took a tiny bit of damage from the explosion, didn't matter, he was ready, because there's really only one place the castle could be approaching from. So the reason that he was able to do that is probably because the coverage on the hallway wasn't good enough from YesTag. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, it definitely was. But this also comes down to, we've seen generic last map not droning out and roam clearing very well, but at the moment they seem to be heavily droning, which is, you know, giving them away positions. Unfortunately, they did drone out that smoke in the closet, but, you know, nobody, obviously, a little bit of an error there calling that one out, but, you know, they're able to get the trade back. And just, you know, the use of drones at the moment that I can see, incredible, as they are clearing different floors at the same time instead of clearing the same rooms at the same time. So yeah, definitely a nice little change up for generic. It has proven to be strong so far, so hopefully they can keep going and keep YesTag on their toes a little bit more during this map.
Yeah, they're going to be really hoping that they're able to keep pace, at least. At the very least, keep pace with YesTag on this map. They weren't able to do that just now, and that really was their downfall. Now Jibausi up here, he's gotten the hatch open, one of his exothermic charges being used for that. He can get a decent line of sight down all the way into the basement. One Elamine detonates. Kenny is down here, and you saw Wilson just above him waiting with the 612, but oops, PG King is going to take down that Lucian, and he takes a lot of damage, but he survives. The Bearing 9 coming out on top. Usually some players have just, you know, just stopped using the Bearing 9 unless in absolute emergency situations. Interesting to see he led with that.
Definitely is, and obviously has taken out a lot of damage, but we'll get a nice little reset as they still have a minute left on the board. Players advantage at the moment as well, so generic are looking quite strong in their attack at this current point in time. You know, they're round 4, they've already run 2 rounds, which is already a nice bit of a bring up from last map, especially not being able to win their attacking rounds very well. So, you know, YesTag sort of crumpling at the pressure that generic are bringing in, and I feel like because generic have just changed up the way that they're attacking, they're droning, they're roam clearing a lot better, and I think Bank is one of those really vital maps where you really have to, if you've struggled previously in the previous maps, you need to sort of change things up, and, you know, especially when it comes down to roam clearing. But we will see Barbecue take off a nice C4 to deny that plant. Frag's just going out left, right, and center.
Whoa.
Nice little drop. Kenny will take down Bachelor. The diffuser has gone down. Oh my god,
no.
Bobby taking down Huffy 1v2. Thermite is down. I do not know if they actually know that he's down, so they are wasting a bit of time.
They're gonna find it
as
out.
they push around. They're gonna find out eventually. But this, you know, is a good little bit of a time waster here. Thermite's down. They don't know just
No
yet.
way they
So
win this.
surely.
No, surely not. I think Bandits on the flank, hopefully.
Bandit's on the flank, but this is taking the time down really heaps. So she's gonna have to go for a bait.
No, I don't think he has time anymore. Oh dear, it's
Surely.
gonna be tight. It's gonna be very tight. No, I think he has it.
Yep, there we go.
Ooh.
Just in time, but wow, Thermite being able to hide that little bit slowed it down so much.
Ooh.
Interesting that, you know, they didn't push that flank a bit quicker, but obviously when you do have a Thermite up, you sort of want to take it really slow. But good try for generic, getting in there and getting that diffuser down, and really close round at the end there. YesTag would have been kicking themselves if they lost that one.
Honestly, yeah, that would have been really, really poor if they had waited it out just a bit long. Kenny took really long to go on the flank. He was pre-firing a lot of things. But I think the problem also was Huffy. He pushed in so aggressively. He should have just backed off after the plant, possibly gone up, washed out from the hatch. And, you know, if he had... They were already wasting that time. A little bit of more time wastage would have probably won them the round. And that's the 6th pick onto the Ash. What say you, Apples?
I dare say they're going to go for a very aggressive entry fragger, which can work out, especially if YesTag isn't expecting it. And we have seen Generic taking quite some time to push in and not get aggressive until about the minute and a half mark. So, it might take them by surprise if they do use that as a really, really aggressive entry fragger. But we won't know until the round starts. I'm surprised that he didn't take any damage from that shotgun through the wall. It was a bit dodgy. But yeah, no, I don't mind some Ashe plays as long as you play her, she's a 3-speed, she's got a really good gun. She's a point and shoot. If you point and shoot, you're probably gonna win your gunfight because she's just so good. So, if they used her really aggressively, could be a really big advantage for them. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let's see what happens in this round. It's 2-2 Generic keeping pace with Yes Tag. They're gonna be feeling good about it because they are on attack, and Bank is fairly defender sided if you obviously play it well. And if they can get this round, it means they're at least gonna tie up this half. And then hopefully when they go on defense, they're able to claw things back, get 3 points ideally, if not at least 1. They're really still searching for their first point, and there is one defender right below. Huffy's drone, if someone watches it, will catch him out. Question is, will someone watch it?
That's the thing, you do need somebody watching that drone, especially if you're going to push in nicely, and the fact that they are so hidden downstairs, it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to spot that one. But if they don't, defenders will get a nice easy kill. So
yeah, indeed, let's see what happens. Hopefully we are going to see a good contest, whatever happens. Now Defty has gotten a very nice angle rappelling here. He's going to look inside of the hallway, and if his aim is good, he's going to disable anyone trying to rotate there. Unless, of course, he gets pre-fired in return. Time is getting wasted, though, and Generic needs to speed things up. Now, there is one attacker right outside the window, and Marco is going to send out one C4. The other C4 also explodes. Nothing comes off it, and Huffy has made his way away just in time. Could have lost his life, but he's trying to fight with the Jackal track player. Kenny is going to take down one, and CT is going to take down Huffy. Unfortunately, the Jackal can't stay on top. Bachelor, though, he is on fire. Barbecue goes down.
yeah, and I'm surprised that Marco actually let that Jackal rotate, because he had his back turned, so all she had to do was quick peek. But I guess one of those things that you also don't want to risk, just in case they do know he's here. But Generic taking back control of this round with the 2v1 was really good start by Yes Tag. They're getting in here really nice and aggressively, and Valkyrie's still in a roam at Square Skylight. So unfortunately they do not have the diffuser though, so they really need to get a frag, which Defty does secure, and Generic take down round 5.
That was excellent from Generic. Honestly, Yes Tag, yeah, they got the early advantage, but 5v3, they pulled it back. Generic showing that they had the fortitude required. Now, if it really want to get this win right now, they will be hoping they can win this round as well. A 4-2 lead going into the defense will be really good for them, and then Generic will have to play patient on defense.
This could be exactly the scenario that you did bring up. Is it could be a complete reverse switch here, as Yes Tag was 4v2 up on the operated swap last round, last map. So it could very well be a very close game. So either it's going to be a 4v2 or a 3v2 going in to Generic taking over that defense role. So Generic performed better on their defense than they did on their attack last round. So taking out 2 rounds on the defense and 1 round on their attack. So it could very well be a very close game, and it's anybody's game at the moment. And Generic will really want to get this map win to secure a couple of points on that board at least.
Yeah, indeed. So we're gonna see the game continue on as we head into the action phase for round number 5. Wilson, He's going to set up this exactly the way it was when Marco got that kill. It's a really good kill, that smoke with the SMG-11, but there is no smoke right now. There isn't even a mute. There is a bandit though, so let's see whether they are able to hold this properly. Barbecue's on the castle this time. The castle is an operator that some people feel is essential for the defense of this. I think I would agree with that, but I have seen teams pull it off even without the castle, and just now it was the castle that was kind of a detriment. If perhaps there had been no castle instead, maybe the defenders could have won that round where Bachelor just waltzed in and got a 3k. But CT again, he's gonna get the fragging started. Huffy the Jackal once more loses his life to CT's Jaeger. There are ADSs protecting the Jaeger. Finally, it is taken down, and I presume that the Jaeger is flashed. But there is no aggression coming out from Zibausi. It's a decent enough choice not to go for that aggression. CT is down to about 50 HP. Jibausi was down to about 70, and now CT takes even more damage. Defty is the one taking down Kenny though, and the one taking down CT, but unfortunately the rappel was a terrible idea from PT King. Barbecue is going to take him down, but he does take damage in return. And another repelling operator is going to be Bachelor this time. He has concussion, he had concussion grenades, but he has none left, and that's what he thought as well. Unfortunately for him, he will have to brute force this. He can't. Marco from the main lobby is going to take him down. That rotation working out well, and this time, with a 3v2, I think ES-Tag has it.
Yeah, with that being said though, we have seen Generic pull off some incredible stuff, and we do see Castle being down now as well, so it is very well at 2v2 at the moment, especially if they cannot get that revive down. So, they're droning out. They got the revive, so 2v3 again, but hopefully Generic can push this one well, and we will see it be taken down to a 2v2. What is happening? ES-Tag only needs to hold this out for another 30 seconds. Generic looking really strong on their attack at the moment, but oh my god, Barbecue will take down Defty, getting an immediate frag back onto oh my god, Barbecue, taking it down to a 1v1 with 20 seconds left. And Marco securing that kill on Defty, giving ES-Tag the round 6 win. So it is an even score at the moment with 3-3 going into the attacker-defender swap. So I'm very interested to see how Generic take this one. We did know that their defense was a little bit stronger than their attack last map. So hopefully we'll see that again and see another close 6 rounds coming up as well. So wow, what an incredible first half of this map.
Indeed, it's been really good so far, back and forth, like we were hoping it would be. And now roles are reversed. Generic going down into the basement. They are bringing Mira, Jaeger, Legion, Doc, and Alibi. Alibi again. There is really something about Alibi that both these teams seem to love.
The question here just goes down to, how is Generic going to play Alibi differently to the way ES-Tag did? So I'm not even sure we've seen ES-Tag's setup of the Alibis.
I mean, it was in that round where they lost after, that great opening frag from Marco with the SMG-11. That was a good shot, but pings were coming out, but they weren't really effectual for the defenders. Didn't really do much.
Yeah, and obviously with this one as well, Jackal's going to be used so heavily by ES-Tag. And it was something that Generic did lack last time, was the ability to sort of counter their aggression to get in and clear out roamers. So whether or not they're going to change this up a little bit this round, but we are going to see Huffy holding a fairly aggressive point in Garage. Like, you don't want to lose your Legion that early in a game because he is very vital for intel. And, the longer he is alive, the more goo mines you have. So, interesting play by him, but here we see ES-Tag again with the aggressive roam clear, going straight in with a Jackal and also clearing upstairs with the drone straight away. This is something that ES-Tag seems to be good at and proving themselves to be good at every round so far on their attack.
This is a good angle that the Jackal is holding. Unfortunately, he's gonna lose it. PT King peeking out at just the right moment. Pre-fires the spot without hesitation. And that's a great shot from the Doc. That Jackal is gone off the board and no smokes remaining on the attack. They have the Ying though, which can still be a really pain in the nose with that disruption.
Yeah, and we also only see the only diffuser denial is Mirror's C4. So it's gonna be a very hard one, especially if they go for the default plant in CCTV, to see the way that Generic are going to try and counter this one. So, I'm very interested to see if they do end up getting down there and pushing that way, whether or not, their lack of diffuser denial is going to be a problem.
Yeah, indeed, and oh, that's another great shot for PT King. He's putting this really squarely in favor of Generic Esports, and he is going to get interested in what is happening inside of Archive. Oh, sorry, I think Tellers that it was. Nothing.
Yeah, and that
for
was
him.
also Thermite being taken out.
Yeah.
So I don't actually think that he got any hatches or the room open down in CCTV. So that's a huge advantage for the defenders so far. Already having a 5v3 man advantage as well is huge. And, it's going to take a lot of work for YesTag to actually be able to take this round from them now.
Indeed. Now we're gonna have Jibausi lying prone in wait, and he is actually gonna get a free kill with those triple alibis that we talked about, and PT King gets one more as there was one more frag elsewhere. And Generic with a strong first round of the defense. Good stuff.
YesTag really did struggle to get in there,
Yeah.
and they're normally so good at drone clearing and defending, getting in there, taking out those roamers really aggressively and taking control of the upper floors. So, PT there with the Doc being able to take those two down early and then securing that last kill, a 3k with a Doc roaming on a map like Bank is incredible.
Yeah, that was really well played, and Doc is. A lot of people doubt the strength of Doc. They think Doc is not needed for anything other than the ACOG and the fact that he can heal himself up again. And my counter to that usually is, okay, but why was that a bad thing? Why is having an ACOG and almost a recoilless gun and the ability to really heal yourself up, why is that a bad thing? You can see when it's used properly, it can pay dividends. So
Yeah, I definitely don't see a problem with Doc at all. I think he's a really strong operator to choose. I think I definitely prefer Doc over the Rook. However, if it is a situation where you do need Rook's impact because no other operator carries them, it's definitely, wise to take that route. But saying that, I'm interested to discuss the 6th pick from Sledge to Blitz, especially because, they know that they're going to be, on one of the upper floors here as well because they won their downstairs.
Well, Defty is going to be upstairs here for a little bit. He's going to be placing down barricades, still doing setup 20 seconds into the round. And with a Blitz on board, it could have been a bit dangerous. Some teams have got punished for taking too long to make the setup happen. Marco just hip firing for fun. He's not expecting to get a kill, just hoping he'll get one free, perhaps a wall bang. But at that range, it's really, really tough. The spread is absolutely wild.
Yeah, and they're definitely relying heavily on the fact that Jackal isn't going to die now, especially if they want to take that vertical control to get in there and get a bit messy with planting that diffuser. So, it's going to be very vital that Jackal gets in there, stays alive, opens up a significant amount of this floor, because they did trade off the Sledge, and Sledge, is really good at doing this. But Jackal is in there now. Hopefully they're watching their flanks really well as Blitz does decide to head down the main stairs. Blitz has the capability of causing a lot of mayhem for Generic right now, though.
Now, Barbecue is going to get the hatches open, and This is why this site, when it's played as a bomb site, is so difficult to hold. Right now, it's just rumors being played, and it's not the kind of a weird mirror setup that we're seeing, but Wilson is going to get the first kill onto Huffy nonetheless. Now the Jackal ping is coming out, and Marco is on the hunt. He is going to lose. He is ADS too early. Defty gets the kill onto him. That is poor form from the Blitz.
Oh no. There was immediate trade back 1v1 upstairs from PT King taking down Kenny, putting into immediate 3v2. The attackers are definitely in a bit of a situation here, especially because they've lost their ability to sort of get the vertical control now with Jackal gone especially. So they're relying heavily on these hatches and heavily on Habana getting a nice little flank here. That was a nice little headshot by CT onto Defty. CT taking down PT King as well. Able to turn this around completely down to a 1v2. And now we're just waiting to see if Vigil is able to clutch this out. Still got 25 seconds left, so this can very well be yes tags round.
Indeed, they are unfortunately going to be fighting against the clock. Doesn't matter though, Wilson is going to tie things up. Bachelor, the Vigil, is going to go down. And 4-4 right now, and oof, that was not the play.
I really feel like that was a little bit of a throw from Generic just then. They had the numbers, they had the ability to just, not peek passively, and I don't understand why you'd be sitting there peeking a hole in a wall, especially because, it was really obvious. It was right there. And, at Pro League level, people are going to pre-fire, and it happens all the time. So just poor positioning choices from Generic there, especially with that advantage of players.
Now, Huffy's going to be playing from 6-picking from the Kapkan to the Bandit. The Bandit is obviously the more preferred operator here. If you can bandit trick, especially failing the impact trick, that wall stays close and you put yourself into a really, really good advantage. Now the thing about this is they have 3 impact grenades left, so they don't need to rely on the bandit trick. The bandit trick's a lot riskier because it's right next to the window. PT King presumably is going to be playing in Kanto spot that you see the Legion reinforcing right now. Defty is going to castle off Janitor, and that's an interesting choice. Usually you try to leave it open when you have a mirror in place so you can peek onto anyone crossing over. And that's an interesting rotation made as well.
Yes, I think now they're just relying on Legion to maybe impact trick that reinforced wall. I'm not sure if he's still got both of his impacts there, but it's definitely one of those really risky ones where you don't really want the bandit to be sitting there trying to, counter that thermite push, because the windows are just way too obvious of a thing to be bandit tricking, especially at this level. So I don't think the walls are opened up the top though, so they very well could just be giving up, access of those walls to the attackers straight away. But PT King will get a nice little headshot onto CT there.
Big kill, that's one of the hard breaches off the board, but the Thermite is still in play, and so is the Thatcher. Honestly, if they get the Thermite, or the Thatcher, could be a very, very strong game, but the Thatcher is going to be on the roof, safe and sound. Now, it's going to be a failed bandit trick for one of them, but the second one will work out. So, pretty decent, 1 out of 2 for Huffy. Now, another attempt at taking down the wall, perhaps, but there's nothing left.
Realize that they're both gone.
Yeah.
Now he's just leaving himself in a vulnerable position, especially if they push him into Genesis closet. So put your bandit layers down, bro, and get out of there. Thermite's going to try and flash in and make a little bit of a peek here, but he doesn't want to get too aggressive there. So Castle holding that mirror down really nicely, but Wilson will get a nice little shot onto Bachelor, evening out the score as a 4v4. Minute 20 left. They've still got a lot of time to attack this one, and already having a wall open allows them to have a nice little swift push in.
Indeed. Now, Wilson on this Skylight now, going from one Skylight to the other. He's trying to provide Overwatch. So far, not that useful. Kenny this time, he's gonna lose 60% of his health, by that C4. He needs to be a lot more careful now with his play. Marco is lit up tiny bit, not too much to trouble him, but Huffy is going to take Marco down. Just as I say that, the diffuser is now dropped in a tiny bit of an awkward spot. Kenny needs to be careful. He's going to ADS into it, hopefully hoping that he can get a lucky headshot. Now, 30 seconds left to go. The diffuser in an awkward place. Huffy's going to pistol barbecue to death. The thermite finally taken off the board. Now, Kenny does not have any smokes. He only has his shield, 4 flashes, and the pistol. And Wilson for company. But Wilson is all the way inside of Janitors. And this leaves Kenny on a one-man mission to push into the site. He can't land the shots. He needs Wilson to make a lot of ruckus. He needs to come in from the other side. Right now it's not working out at all as the time keeps on ticking down. Wilson is going to miss his shots. And Dafty is going to collect the both of them. Defenders are going to win round number 9. Generic Esports going up 5-4.
It's like Generic has just emerged a new team after that loss on Villa, and they're just playing so incredibly well, and they're able to counter YesTag at the moment. It's just been incredible from them, especially, losing a 7-3 to now be in the lead 5-4 is a huge thing, but, there was quite a few errors from YesTag's perspective there, especially losing a hard breacher straight away, as well as, Blitz got rid of his smokes way too early, and I don't actually know what play he was going for there. He could have saved that last one, picked up that diffuser, and tried to at least push into the room, but with Wilson on such a heavy flank through stock, there was no way that they would actually execute that diffuse at all unless they got the frags out.
Well, one more round win for Generic Esports and they'll get the first point of the season. 2 more round wins and they'll get the first points plural. Generic will be really hoping they can hold on. Everyone watching in chat supporting Generic will be hoping they can hold on. And it's a basement defense. They are not bringing the pulse, however. They're only bringing 1 C4 for denial.
They did this last time as well, and it worked out nicely, especially with Doc up on that Roman kitchen and open area. So I'd say they're going to be trying to play it out similarly to that again. And if it works out well, and I don't think Doc is there. I think at the moment. So the way he fragged out last time sort of took them by surprise, because you don't often see a Doc on a heavy roam. So interested to see how Generic will keep these guys out, and if YesTag will adapt to the way Generic played last time.
Now, Kenny is on the Twitch. He's going to be looking for the mirror windows, but his drone is pretty far from where he wants to be. He's going to send it down into the basement, presumably. No, he's going to waste 1 shot onto the camera, and that was a mistake because that gets his shot out, and that leaves him with only 1 more left if he wants to take down the mirror windows. But doesn't matter though. PT King, the man who was making so much happen for Generic Esports, he's going to lose his life. And that's a Doc off the board as well. He really essentially won the round for them with the 3K in open area the last time. Now Kenny is going to take down all 3 of the Prismas, and Bachelor just going to let it happen. Not trying to peek aggressively, I guess trying to preserve his position. But honestly, not working out.
Jaeger has a lot of work to do now to try and defend this hatch. Especially if they push into servers, he's got a lot of work to do to try and defend this from happening, because, with only 1 C4 on the board, it's really vital that they don't actually get control of servers as easily as they did last round and try and push in. So, I'm definitely a little bit concerned at this point, as Wilson will take down another one and automatically getting traded back by Bachelor on the year. But oh my god, Barbecue taking down Bachelor. 2v4, not looking very good for Generic right now.
Yeah, that was good utility use on the flashbangs from the attackers. They only have 1 C4 that they need to bait out. The goo mines are going to be really nothing more than a nuisance. They're not going to stop the plant from going down, and I really think that Generic has missed a trick by not playing this conservative. Marco is behind them. He is just waiting, and there we go. He's going to reveal his position, not get the kill yet, but now he does. And it's going to be a cleanup on the other end by Kenny. Definitely goes down. 5-5. We are going the full distance.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot closer than the last match was. So this has the potential to either now be, a team winning both of these rounds, or we will be going to a draw for this game. It does still put a point on the board for Generic. This is not the outcome they wanted, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, Generic have been bouncing up and down with the way their defense have been going. They win one, they lose one, they win one, they lose one. They're going to be praying, they're going to be hoping that they can hold on, and they hopefully have fixed whatever errors that are popping up in their defenses. If they fix it, win 1 out of 2 rounds, it's going to be a draw, and ideally they want to win it now to stand a chance of taking 3 points. If the pattern holds, it's going to be a draw, but patterns never like to hold, do they?
No, definitely not. And they did defend this. They started off defending this room really well, but then towards the end of it, they just, allowed themselves to be peeked off. So it's one of those things where they really have to adjust their game style here. And, if they do the same thing again this round, it's very likely that YesTag will take this from them this round as well. So they've got to be very careful here, especially with the way that they peaked last round. They just definitely want to start playing passive. And still again, YesTag not bringing much upstairs in the way of being able to open up that floor significantly, and we do have a nice little vigil room. So this could be a very strong play from Generic right now as well.
Indeed. The mirror window setup is decent. At the very least, Marco is going to know that there's a bandit here now, and bandit's holding on to all 4 of his shock wires. It's going to be a very easy bandit trick, but Wilson gets the first kill onto the vigil. The bachelor, he's not been having a really good time. Now the asphyxiation bolt is going to force Peter King out of position, at least temporarily, but he wants to return, and return he does, but there's no one for him left to face. YesTag have just made a rotation, and they are not interested in pushing directly into admin anymore. That's not admin, open area.
Well, they have control of this top floor at the moment, so there's really no point in them pushing anywhere currently. But Marco will take down Hartley, putting it into a 3v5 this early into this round is a significant loss for Generic, and Bandit getting lit up there as well. So it's not looking good at the moment for Generic with this hold. And it comes down to, there we go, Wilson taking down PT, 2v5, still 1:20 left. So the defenders definitely have a huge thing cut out for them. And there you go. The last final kills will be put down, and YesTag will take out that round, putting it down to match point 5-6 on the scoreboard. The only option now is for Generic to win this one and put it into a draw.
Indeed. On the other hand, YesTag will be licking their lips at the possibility of a total of 6 points from tonight's games. 6 points is really going to put them right back in it. It's going to put them, I think, equal with MBT Impetus. They have 6 points as well. Now, Impetus Gaming, they have not faced YesTag just yet. So it's going to be a tie pretty much until they face each other, and head-to-head is the tiebreaker. So if 6 points for YesTag, they're going to pull themselves possibly out of the relegation zone.
Yeah, and obviously with MBT going up against YesTag, that's going to... Not YesTag, sorry. My mind just went completely blank. It is going to be a very close game, though. this one's been a very close game as well. So all of these teams sort of down the bottom, apart from our top 3 at the moment, are really fighting for their positions currently. So there's still only halfway through this season of Southeast Asia Pro League, so anything can happen between these lower teams now. I'm pretty sure there won't be much difference or change between the top 3 so far, but there's also quite a significant break between it. So, with the release of Nomad and Kaid coming out, anything could happen between now and then. So, the very least Generic want to do right now is try and draw this up and get a point on the board for them.
Agreed. Well, we have to see how this final round of the night plays out. The final round of Southeast Asian Pro League before we take a break for the Invitational in February. Now, Marco is going to be firing in. There was an awkward mirror set up, and I think he's going to try and burn it out. Not doing any damage to the defenders though, and he's in a very, very bad spot right now. If anyone tries to go to the main lobby and shoot him, they're going to get a very easy kill. Not sure if there is coverage from YesTag on that front, but looks like no one from Generic is going to be doing that peek anyway.
With the repel on the window right now, Huffy has to be very careful with the peek holes he's putting in, but doesn't matter anyway. Marco's going to take out Huffy. That's a huge loss straight away, taking out a Bandit, putting them in an immediate disadvantage for the players here. And,
walls are open too.
The walls being opened already, so they've got a lot of work cut out for them right now, Generic, and it's going to be such a close round. This is a make or break right now for these guys, especially if they want that 1 point on the scoreboard.
Indeed, Jibausi has been lit up so hard, and coming out from the main spiral stairs is going to be one member, and PT King is going to be hiding right below the window. He's going to just pre-fire in, and he's actually going to miss the shots, but oh goodness gracious, he finally hits it. He is low on HP, but he can heal himself up. Unfortunately, the peak from that lesion was very, very poorly timed. Wilson is going to take him down, spraying in with the AR-33, but Jibausi answers back with one of his own. It's 3 versus 3 right now, and unfortunately, the Doc gets spotted out. He is on very low HP, not sure if he has any stim pistols left. He is going to lose his life, so does Defty, and it's just a Doc. CT gets the cleanup done, and the comeback from behind is on for YesTag. They take home 6 points, leave Generic Esports with nothing.
That was a really close game, and it was anybody's game right up to that final last moment when the 3v3 became the 1v3, and unfortunately PT not able to clutch that out, especially with the fact that I don't think he had any stim pistols left. He did heal Castle right up to full health, so big loss. Unfortunately, Generic not able to get a point on the scoreboard. That will be a very tough one for them, and it's just a very unfortunate loss, especially from their performance between Villa and Bank. They picked up their game incredibly, and unfortunately, just a sad loss here tonight.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, and this was really both teams' best chance to collect points this season, at least in this current meta. They don't get that chance, Generic. YesTag, though, seizes it with both hands and squeezes every last drop out of it. They win 7-3, 7-5, 6 points, 3 points per map. And that's really valuable right now. If they are able to beat Impetus Gaming, that would probably ensure their survival in the Pro League. But we'll have to see. There is a long, long season left still. Especially with the meta change.
The meta change is going to be huge because it's definitely going to throw a spinner in the works of how teams are going to perform. And it's one of those things now that teams are going to have to change their strats up a little bit to cater for these meta changes. So Kaid's going to be, he's going to be one of those ones that I feel is going to get banned quite often. Because, he's very powerful, especially, his shotgun. And then the fact that he can pretty much bandit charge a hatch from below. And, without a thatch or an IQ, you're using so much utility just to clear the Kaids, the Electro Claws. And then, you're left then, especially if they're playing a double bandit Kaid, you're left then to also try and counter the bandit as well. So it's going to be one of those ones where if he doesn't get banned, it's going to be a lot of Thatcher IQ being run constantly.
I agree. But that is it from us tonight. So we saw 2 great series. Scrypt taking the 2-0 victory over Impetus Gaming. That was 7-4, 7-2 on Coastline and Border. Then YesTag took the 2-0 victory over Generic, 7-3, 7-5. We really thought that Generic had it, especially on the second map of Bank, but it was not to be. And unfortunately, well, that is all from us for a while, because we are going to be taking a break for the month of February. What is up in February, you ask? Well, only the biggest event in Rainbow Six Siege history, the 2019 Rainbow Six Invitational. And that is going to be absolutely amazing. We have 3 teams from Asia Pacific representing the region. Unfortunately, neither of them are from Southeast Asia, but Norarengo from Japan, Fnatic from Australia and New Zealand, and Mantis FPS from Korea. All 3 of these teams are going to be in some very tough groups. You can go have a look at them. And it's going to be tough for every one of them, but give them your support. The Invitational will run from February 11 to February 17th, I believe, with a 1-day break from the off-stage group stages and the on-stage finals. So I'm really excited for that. Aren't you, Apples?
I am absolutely excited. And having those 3 APAC teams, it's incredible to see the APAC region. We're getting so competitive now. And, the difference between when, the competitive scene first come up to the competitive scene now, we're seeing so many more teams just come out of nowhere. And, with teams also coming up to people becoming over 18 now as well. And, having those under 18 players transition to the over 18 players, it's gonna shake things up quite a lot. And I'm definitely excited to see how our APAC teams perform in Montreal. It's going to be amazing. Make sure everybody goes in there, gives your love and support to those guys. I can guarantee that they will see it, and they will be very, very happy that they have so much support from everybody in the APAC region.
Indeed. Now, we are going to be returning with the Southeast Asian Pro League, as you can see on the screen, on the 13th of March. That is going to be a Wednesday. So a month and a half that we're going to be away from you guys. I hope you miss us, and we're going to miss you guys too. Miss bringing you all this fantastic action. But, there is always something better with Rainbow Six. So I hope you guys wait for the end of Season 9 with bated breath and tune in to the Invitational. But that's going to be all from us here tonight. I've been Infia New York. With me, the one and only Apples.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been such a pleasure casting these last 2 nights. I've had an incredible time, and to see all the support for the teams in the chat has been incredible as well. So thanks, guys, and hope to catch you all when we return in March.
All right. Good night and have a great weekend.